Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're doing a double play. Well, used to be Thursday, but shit. We have a friend of mine who's going to come up here and want to do a debate about Trump and all his policies. Great comic book artist and everything. So let's see if I can get him up here. Hit the link because for some reason, a lot of people in this world doesn't know about what it means to be pragmatic. Obviously, yes. When people get mad at me when I talk about black women, yes, you sold the community out. Yes, you did. You sold the goddamn community out. Do I think black men have their issues? You goddamn right. But nobody challenges me on the issues of black men, I notice. But you gotta protect mama at all costs. Come on, bring yourself here, buddy. Come on. Been a while. Worrying about some goddamn Epstein files, but I'm trying to worry about if my child will have a country in the next 20 fucking years. You can't afford housing, but we worried about some goddamn files. That's not going to make me any money. Here it is. You got people like Jasmine Crockett who ain't doing a goddamn thing for her constituency. Who's this?
What do you mean she's not doing anything for her constituents?
She's not.
Hey, hold on. I gotta get headphones. What do you mean she's not doing anything for her constituents?
She's not.
Hey, hold on. I gotta get headphones. For her constituents.
She's not. You're breaking up echoes, man. The only damn thing the Democratic Party could run on is Orange Man Bad.
Oh, shit. Is what?
Is Orange Man
What'd you say?
The only thing the Democratic Party can run on is Orange Man Bad. What has the Democratic Party done in the last 30 years?
Hello,
Moto.
You know,
what have they
that's
done?
A really good question. But the first thing I want to know is what's the solution with the black women? How are we going to stop them?
Answer that first question first. What have they done for black people in the last 30 years?
You know, I can't think of one thing that they've done. It's funny that you mention that.
What has the Democratic Party done for illegals and LGBT in the last 10 years?
Everything.
So when I talk about these issues, I'm not talking from the side of my ass. Because last time I checked, you had Barack Obama, Black Jesus himself, come up with My Brother's Keeper for Initiative for Young Black Boys. Who killed it? White supremacists and black feminists. Nobody said shit about that. That program, even if it exists, is a shell of itself. But yet, I'm supposed to.
All right, but like, what do we do about the black women?
What do we do? Leave them to their own devices. Didn't they tell you when Ice Cube was speaking to him years ago? Are black women the same voting block as black men? No. They said that live in the living color. That's how they think. They don't see themselves as the same community as you. They've said that many times in media.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense.
It sounds pretty crazy that they're
What did the chick who used to be?
What's your proof of that?
What's her name? Go look at the Ice Cube when she was talking to Lisa Ray and all them chicks on Fox Soul. Go look at what's that, Simone Sanders, when she said black men need to shut up and just follow orders. I even told you, read The Daughters of the Trade. Most of your HBCU.
Was she being funny or was she being serious?
She was being dead ass serious. What was the one commercial? How do you get white people to vote for your cause? Do you get a fucking rapper? Let me put it to you this way, right?
You make them think that. No. Okay, all right, go ahead.
But did you remember this commercial? No voting, no vucking. You ever heard of that commercial? They think black.
I did not remember that commercial. Never.
So lowly of black men, right? They think so lonely of black men and their votes. And this is John, right? This is John I'm speaking to, right?
Correct.
Yep. This is the part that really fucked me up with the. Instead of coming at us, could you get a rapper to speak to Asian people for their vote? Indian people? But for black people, you can't come to us with dignity and respect. You got to put us in the category of no voting, no vucking, which is basically the word fucking. Remember, how does Cardi B, a high school dropout, barely can formulate a sentence, speak with a former vice president, candidate who ended up becoming the president of the United States? Was Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson out taking a shit? Was Dr. T.S.L. Johnson on vacation? You couldn't speak to none of the black intelligentsia? But I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you go ahead and say this, because who actually controls the money in the black community?
I don't know who controls the money in the black community. I'm not that deep into the black community like that.
But here's the thing. And by the way, John's a great artist. Put your link in the chat if you need some custom artwork.
So wait a minute. Well, who controls it?
The money goes through the women. Who's getting all the scholarships?
Sounds like you have the answers.
Here's the part about it. Why do you think we in the Black Manosphere actually started these debates? Started getting college professors on our side? Started getting these people active? Why did you think we put pressure and actually told the truth about a lot of this shit that went on? When you start looking up the things that basically was stated about black men.
I thought you were referring to the quote. I thought you were talking about this quote. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket.
Oh,
Hell, give him something to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. Have you ever heard that?
I've heard it. That was fucking LBJ. It's the funniest.
Who said that?
LBJ.
There you go.
The funniest part about it is,
you don't think that's already happening right now? I mean, the other thing is this: you're saying that all these.
You paused
this
out.
Delay is terrible, man. I can't. This is like hard to deal with.
Well, keep talking because I can hear you now.
Yeah, but I can hear me too, so that's not really helping me. I got to figure out a way to get the audio to come through directly to me as opposed to.
Are you listening through? Do you have your YouTube off?
Hold on.
You got to turn your YouTube off.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're clear. But here's the question. Well, you know, if all the money.
Because I can't hear you. I had to turn off YouTube.
Yeah, because you're probably listening through YouTube.
Hold on. Where is the audio? It's probably... All right, now I can hear you.
You were probably listening through YouTube.
I was, definitely. All right, so basically what you're saying is, I'm understanding this is, you're okay with the Trump because he's getting rid of all these programs, right?
I'm aligned more into Trump than the Democratic Party.
Now let me ask you this: are you aware of the things that he's doing, though?
Yes.
Like so you know about the $20 million that he just gave to Argentina?
Yes.
And that's okay.
Well, just like I'm okay. Like, what say do I have when they were giving $1 trillion to Ukraine? Weapons, not just trillions of dollars, but also billions in weaponry.
So why do you think they were doing that, though?
Because it was a proxy war to try to bankrupt Russia.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with it is that you found out a very hard lesson. You didn't do it. You didn't succeed. So it put us further in debt.
Are you sure that it didn't do anything? Because it seemed like it was working until Trump got into office and then stopped doing it.
Never worked. Do you really think Ukraine was winning? Come on, man.
It wasn't about winning. It was about depleting resources.
Guess who resources got depleted?
You think our resources got depleted?
Fuck yeah. Why do you think we can't continue that shit anymore?
Because Trump pulled us out of it.
Because we
not only that, did you see? You know what Doge did, right? You saw that.
Yeah. Just like
so, all of those government jobs, all of those relationships that we had are now gone.
So yeah.
So now we're going from First Nation status. We're going from First Nation status to third nations to like basically a third world country. Because we're not a manufacturing company for the most part. We don't make anything in this country.
We haven't been since the late 80s.
Do you know why that happened?
Yeah.
Why?
Because a lot of the materials you were using.
No, that's not what happened. It's because it's
get richer, but saving money overseas.
Yeah. Do you know who initiated that though? Who started that and made that a real thing?
That's the Reagan era.
It looks like you do know a little bit more than you're saying that you do. So, all right, since you know that the Republicans have started this nonsense.
Hold on, because number one,
since you know that they have started this nonsense.
Hold on, because are you okay with the fact that a lot of
Wait a
that.
minute. Since you know that they
Wait a minute,
started
you
this
can't cut
nonsense,
me off now.
I have to cut you off because I didn't get finished saying what I was saying.
Because here's the
I
part.
wasn't done with. There was a
Here's
point
the
to what I
part.
was
You
trying.
got to be respectful because I gave you your chance to speak and you
But
stopped.
I wasn't done. I
You
wasn't
were
done
done.
with it.
Can't
That was
take
a
it off.
dramatic pause. I was
Here's the
not
part.
done.
Now, are you okay with the fact of the matter that when Doge went through there and you saw so many people collecting checks, not doing a damn job?
Who was? What was the proof of that? Why weren't they prosecuted?
They literally had them. That's why they were fired.
No, they didn't. They didn't. There's so
fired
much proof. No, they went through the first couple of people. The first agencies that went through there were agencies that were actually investing Tesla. They were investigating. They were investigating Tesla.
And they fired so many people. And then here's another thing, which you found out. A lot of those positions they had in the federal government, a lot of positions they had in the federal government, people weren't even signing in for work when they were working at home.
Where's the proof?
If they have
who told you that? Who told you that? Where was the proof?
Of it.
No, if that's called fraud. That's called fraud, and they needed to be prosecuted for it.
You get prosecuted or you get fired.
No, you get prosecuted for that. You don't steal something. Look, you don't steal something from a company and then they just let you go. Not on that scale. Let's say that you work at a grocery store, right? And somebody starts stealing a bunch of stuff, right?
You forgot.
And let's say they know the grocery store owner and they say, okay, Mr. Owner, I did something wrong. I pay it back. Okay. I can understand that. But if you've got the entire grocery store, the cashiers, everybody stealing something, you're telling me that the best that they can do is fire them and not prosecute them? What's the sense in that? That doesn't make any sense.
It makes plenty of sense.
Why? That's not justice. You cannot. No, there isn't a way around that.
Guess what?
If somebody,
guess what? Here's the part, right? In the federal system.
So they're letting them get away with it.
You going to keep talking or you want me to answer?
Go ahead.
Number one, in the federal system, like most government jobs, you have to have a board, a trial board of some sort. Number two.
You mean a union?
You're going to let me talk or what?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out the details.
You can't figure them out till you goddamn stop talking.
Right.
Because I'm trying to explain it. Yes,
go ahead.
You have a trial board. You have to be acquitted or found guilty of this. So when you have many of these people, are you going to have thousands of trial boards, or you're going to just say, look, you're going to get this severance package and get the fuck out? Because one, here's another thing.
Wait a minute, you're going to give them more money?
You give them the severance package option.
After they've been stealing?
Hell, some people had the severance package options of early retirement. Because some people listen to what I'm saying because you keep cutting me the fuck off. Number one, the people who were stealing got fired. Depending on how much they were stealing or not signing in, some of them were prosecuted. You don't hear about every prosecution. Just like you don't hear about every court case, right? Now, for those who were coming up on retirement or had enough years to sever to retirement, they were given options of early retirement. See, people think the United States has a blank check. It does not. You keep printing money more than what the fuck it's worth, you completely get massive inflation. When you have all these people and you're not doing work, by the way, some of these fucking jobs in the federal system were going to be done in the next goddamn 10 years at best once AI starts kicking in. Hell, you can't even have any ingenuity in this country for a good reason. You dumb down the damn education. You let the goddamn feminists have that. Now you're wondering why we don't even have a bullet train in this damn country. You had job offers and companies coming over here that need 10,000 people, but 10,000 out of 350 million goddamn American citizens, you can't find 10,000 people smart enough to do the fucking work. Yes, I understand China's an authoritarian country, and they can actually, we're going to get 1 million engineers. Do you think right now, with the level of our education system, we can produce 1 million engineers in 10 years? That's the question.
Okay, so you're saying that there's a lot that you said on this. So one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is the evidence that anybody had been prosecuted under Doge, and it doesn't look like anybody was. It looks like they have filed lawsuits against Doge and the federal government, but I haven't seen anything where they've just been prosecuted for just sitting around. I'm not seeing that.
And people.
So then you said, okay, well, do you want me to? Okay,
go ahead.
All right, go ahead. All right. So then you're saying that, let's see, you said that there's bullet trains that we don't have because we don't have enough engineers, right? Because we can't produce any engineers, right?
We can't produce enough of them.
Okay. So what about the students that were coming in from other countries that stayed here and decided to do things like that? As far as the bullet train's concerned, I don't know that anybody was looking to do that. I don't know if that's economically feasible to do that. I know that Elon Musk promised to do that, and then he reneged on the promise. And to avoid any problems with California, he moved to Austin, Texas. I'd heard about that, but I hadn't heard anything about that. As far as 1 million engineers, we don't, our education system, we don't put any money into our education system. We take away from it all the time. So it's faltering. China, on the other hand, they're built their entire, all of the political people that are in power, they come from an engineering background. That's why they're always building stuff. They're putting things together and making things happen. Not to mention, they make everything. They make everything for the entire world. They are a manufacturing country. And we bought stuff from them all the time, and we got the cheapest prices. But we're not getting them now.
So here's my question. Can we produce 1 million engineers at the rate of our education system currently as is?
Absolutely not. No.
So what is the current problem with education?
Well, right now, the Department of Education is being cut. If there isn't going to be one.
You're going to have.
And also, no, there isn't going to be one. The other thing is that the main reason why education became a problem, and this is also something you should probably look up, but it's true, is because during the 60s and the mid 70s, there was a lot of protesting going on in college campuses. The Heritage Foundation and the Republicans got together and they were like, we can't do this. They were educating the population. Everyone was getting educated. Education was free for the most part. It was very, very low tuition. Reagan introduced the student loan program, and it's been skyrocketing ever since. So that brought that down. So you're not going to get the same amount of people coming into school. People aren't going to go do that. It's going to cost too much. It's going to put them in debt. So yeah, that's not going to happen. But that is because of the education system the Republicans put in. You had Biden trying to take back student loans and allowing these and to forgive these student loans so that people could get a leg up, because you weren't going to get anything if you've got a $70,000 loan from a school. How are you going to be able to pay that on a minimum wage job or even an entry level job?
Let's talk about education for a minute, right?
Okay.
You have more readability to get to college than you did 40, 50 years ago, right? Now, because only 10 to 15% of people went to college at that time. Now you literally have anybody and everybody going to college getting a degree. Let's look at the type of degrees people are in debt for.
No, that's not really true. Like I said, the reason is because of how much it costs.
That's true.
Not anybody and everybody are going to get whatever they're getting. They're not getting anything because it costs too much.
But people who are getting degrees, you got to think about it. A lot of people are getting degrees for fucking shit that becomes obsolete in 5, 10 years,
Like what?
like psychology.
Psychology is becoming obsolete?
Is
How?
that, can you really feed yourself off of a bachelor's of psychology?
I don't feed myself on that, but I don't. Where are you getting the numbers on that?
In other words, for you to start making any real serious money in a field like psychology, there's only but so many things you're gonna have a fucking future in. Do we need a million psychologists more than we need a million engineers?
I mean, are there a million psychologists?
Maybe. Because what? Why do
I mean, like that's the whole crux of your argument is
so
that we've got that many.
Look at the fact that this your education system is basically a buzzsaw, especially when it comes to boys. Because it's not because boys and girls do not learn the same, do they? And it's been studies to prove that. Now, instead of actually having number one, separate education for boys and girls, and the studies and all the experiments for that have been completed because one, you got to look at this. When we had all male black schools from K4 to 12, you have damn near anywhere from 95 to 100% graduation rate, 100% accepting the college rate. But as soon as those schools do well, you have the people of the community, the women.
Okay, but can I ask you one real quick question? Like you're saying that the black community had all of their women educated first, and then, but when did this? You said how many years ago?
This has always been a thing for black women. Black women
for how long ago though?
Centuries.
Well, I mean, centuries is a long time, but I don't know where are you getting centuries from? A century is 100 years.
Yes, centuries.
So black women have been, because okay. So to answer your other question, there are about 300,000 to 350,000 licensed psychologists in the United States. Clinical, counseling, school, and research psychologists combined.
Yeah, that's
worldwide. There's a million when you include all countries.
You got to look at it.
But in the U.S., but you said there were a million in this country.
I said, do we need a million?
Yeah, we don't need a million. There aren't a million. I don't think there wouldn't be enough people that wouldn't work.
But what's one of the most popular minor or major degrees? Psychology. Remember, to be a licensed therapist, you have to have a master's plus. So, yeah, you're going to have a lot of bachelors in psychology, more than masters or PhDs. Like I said about psychology, you can't really feed yourself off of bachelors of psychology unless you go into somewhere like the military and become an officer. A lot of people got to go back to school and get further educated, which means now you're getting further in debt.
Right. That's the whole point. That's why you do forgiveness on debt, on loans, on student loans. You stop the student loan program in general. Other countries do it for free. There was a girl I was dating from Sweden. She had an amazing portfolio, art one. The whole thing was for free. I was playing with a girl online in Norway. She had just finished getting her paramedics degree, and they gave it to her for free. It's better for the country, but the thing is, the white people, the Heritage Foundation, those people, the Republicans, the GOP, they're not in for that. They don't want any protests. They don't want anything. They don't want any people of color getting any way to get into school, to get educated. So yeah, I agree that it costs too much, but we got to look at it where it's coming from. It's just not coming out of the blue. Black women aren't doing that. The Heritage Foundation is run by white people. I used to work for them.
Well, you got to look at it, right?
I am looking at it. Also, let me. You said something else. You said so you said that the most, what was it? The most degrees are, I think you said psychologists. But the number one degree for the most popular major in the United States is business administration and management.
Yeah. Do you really need that degree? No.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Do you know how to project manage?
Yes.
Where did you learn how to do that?
Starting a business.
Okay, but what business do you have that you started that you're project managing projects for people all over the country? Like you could go into a Fortune 500 company right now, like Walmart, and just say, I could do this.
Yeah, I've done it for BlurCon. I've done it for conventions. I've done it for many major places.
Okay, well, I mean, that's your benefit, and that's awesome. I mean, like,
wait a minute. You asked me a question. Let me.
Yeah, I'm letting you. I said that's awesome.
I'm actually certified for corporate security management.
Okay.
I'm actually done this for BlurCon for not only executive protection, but I'm also certified in. I own Blackline Security for LLC. So
okay.
I've actually done trading, firearms trading. I'm also not only a firearms instructor for pistol, rifle, shotgun, defense in the home, defense out the home, but I'm also a certified Maryland firearms instructor. Not only that, I'm a chief safety range officer, which means I can actually write the SOP and run a range. So yes, I am qualified to do that.
Yeah, but you had to get trained for that. And you had to get certified for those things. You had to get education.
And most people who have businesses don't have business degrees.
Most people that have businesses don't have business degrees?
Most people don't. Now, do I think education is important? Fuck yeah, I think it's important. But I think the problem is we don't focus on STEM. Now, people may knock nursing, but I think nursing is a very important. Not only is it a trade, but also a degree. I think that you need to focus more on, and this is the reason why would I harp on the feminists a lot, because the feminists wanted to make education instead of hard, they wanted to make it easy. They wanted to make it communal. This is the problem when you're making it communal. You need to bring back competition in education. Do you agree?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that's a very good and important point. But how?
In other words, you revamp it, because guess what? You like myself, and please, for anybody who like artwork, please put your website or your email address in the chat when you're done, John. Number one, I like to quote.
I don't have anything right now that I'm selling, but I will soon.
But hey, if you got any customs, if you feel like doing customs, you never know. But the thing is, like Lord Beerus from Dragon Ball Super once said, before creation must come destruction.
What?
Come
on, man.
You have to dismantle this fucking system the way it is. You can take apart a federal part, even though every state in the union and the territories all have a state level board of education. Just like in Baltimore, we go to North Avenue. So that being said, you need to revamp this education and make it STEM first, STEM based. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
Okay, I agree with you on that. Can I jump in here for just a second?
Go ahead.
Okay, that's not what's about. Like, I don't know if you're aware of what's going on. I don't know if you're aware of Project 2025, but that's not the goal.
Project 2025 2 years ago. I've known about Project 2020. Let me ask you this.
Well, okay, but this is the thing, though. The people that are doing Project 2025 are in the administration right now. Mm-hmm. They're not doing any of that. They're not doing any of that. None of the things that you're saying are going to fruition. Nothing's happening. In fact, they're cutting everything out.
They have to, and this is the problem with 2025 is
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff Donald Trump wanted to do in his first term that he found out he couldn't do. There's a lot of shit that he was turned, even in his second term, he was turned down from doing. There are checks and balances that people forget about, that the Supreme Court, the Senate, and the House, and the presidency all keep each other in line. So,
but that isn't happening.
When you look at Project 2025, there are certain things that cannot happen constitutionally. Just like when people call him a fascist. Do people even know what fascism is?
Yeah.
He's not a fascist, because last time I checked, when they wanted to vote on abortion, would a fascist actually give it for the vote for the people to keep it up in their states? Would a fascist do that?
A fascist would make it appear like that's happening, but he didn't have to do that. So that's why he does executive orders. The majority is for you. You do know the majority right now in the Supreme Court is 100. It's all Republicans.
It's some liberals there.
Wait, what?
There are some liberals there, and it's not just.
It's 9-3.
So in other words,
it's a majority Republican, just like in the House and the Senate.
It's conservative, not Republican. You can't be politically aligned as a justice.
Okay. Well, either way, they're doing it. So what you're saying that the Congress hasn't approved any of the things he's doing. He's just doing stuff.
So what does an executive order mean? What does it do?
Gives him authority to do what he wants to do, which is exactly what he's doing.
He can't.
Well, he's already doing it. Who's challenging him?
Because you know why?
Well, who's challenging him?
Because that lets you know something. AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Bernie Sanders, and a lot of them mofos actually agree with a lot of this shit. They're just shutting up about it.
Nope. They're not shutting up at all. They're posting stuff. I'm following all of them. They're not at all doing that. Are you following any of them?
I'm following them because if
are you sure? Because they're posting every day the stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
And and this is the thing, right now there's a woman that's supposed to be going up for a vote to be confirmed in Congress, but Johnson won't confirm her because once he confirms her, they can actually do an investigation into the Epstein files, which is important. I won't get into that right away, but what I'm saying is Congress has the GOP, the conservatives, the Republicans, they have the majority. And they're letting him run roughshod over everything. You do see that, right?
Because he's not doing everything that you think he's doing. So in other words...
So what is he not doing that I think he's doing?
So in other words, when he puts troops into certain places, is he doing it?
He's trying to do it, but the lower courts are stopping him from time to time. But he can push it, and once they go to the Supreme Court, which is where a lot of these may be going, if he doesn't get... Go ahead.
In other words, he's not doing everything he wants to do.
He's doing everything he wants to do. He's just not doing it at the speed he wants to do it. He's doing it, though, yeah.
There's another thing about the troops. Do you think the mayor of Chicago, the mayor of Baltimore, the mayor of Detroit are doing good jobs keeping the city safe?
They're doing a better job than they've been doing before. Crime is down, man. It's not up.
I'm going to tell you one thing about it, right? Because everybody knows my profession and my background. A lot of these motherfuckers are lying because they're shoveling a lot of shit. Because they have an outrageous, especially in Baltimore, they have an outrageous issue with juvenile crime. You can say crime is down.
So wait a minute, but that goes down to education again. That goes right down to education again.
And who's responsible for education?
Who is responsible for education?
Number one, parents. Number two, the state.
So if the parents aren't educated, then what? Because you do realize all these people are not fully educated at this point, which is something that they've been trying to do since Reagan was in office. That's their main goal.
And here's the thing, right? Let's go back to the 90s with Clinton, right?
Okay.
What did he do for welfare reform?
What did he do for welfare reform?
He gave a lot of these chicks jobs and education. Why do you think it's easier since the 90s to get into college than it was back then? Why do you think you have all these chicks?
Why is it bad to go to college? Why is it? I don't understand that.
In other words, the top 10% went, meaning you had the top 10 thinkers. There was competition.
Who are the top 10 thinkers, though?
Anybody when it was a meritocracy.
The meritocracy.
You know what
All right. So, okay, let me. I'm trying to grasp where you're going with all this. I think I'm getting it, but what I'm not understanding is if education's the issue, they're cutting education right now. It isn't going to get any better if there isn't anything there, and it's also not going to get better if the gerrymandering goes through.
So this is the problem with education. There's too many scapegoats to lose money.
Like what?
Number one, special education is one.
So special education, they don't need. Did you just fart?
No.
The fuck was that? No, I'm just fucking with you. All right, sound like somebody farted.
So in other words,
all right,
special education, which a lot of these kids are not being in these programs right now, IEPs. Those IEPs should really be hammering down on improving, because a kid with an IEP, it might just take them longer to take a test. Special accommodations. Are we really getting, because a lot of people don't know this, if the school cannot provide proper resources towards that student's education, the state is supposed to pay for private tutoring or education of another school out of their pockets. But how many parents are being educated in that so they can keep their goddamn money? Let's not even talk about.
That's only the rich parents. The ones that are in the private schools.
But that's what the state is supposed to pour, just like if you pour a poor Negro kid into projects. He's supposed to go to a goddamn private school if they're not being properly educated, if he has an IEP. The state is supposed to pay for him to go, since they have the proper tools to do so. Just like another thing. That's
why the white people in this country right now, the rich white ones, don't want black people to have that type of access. That's why they're tearing up all that. You answered the question. That's why they got rid of special education. That's the reason why. And whose administration just did that? The Trump administration.
But guess what they found out?
They didn't find anything out. They found out they took that away. That's a good point.
Most of their people are IEPs. So they're hurting them damn selves.
You're right. You're 100% right.
Here's the craziest part. The feminists took out trades starting in the 70s, in the late 70s and early 80s. My generation, which we're in the same generation, my generation, the early 80 kids, we're the last kids to see trades really in school. Okay?
What trade? I don't know, man. I wasn't really interested in any trades.
In other words, what's one of the biggest hurts in America right now? We don't have enough skilled tradesmen.
No, manufacturing isn't a situation that's already been moved out. Once again, the Republicans did that. They did. The GOP did that. They moved it to other countries.
Enough of them, so you don't have enough. You don't have enough of these people.
And what's filled the gap? What's filled the void?
Immigrants. They tried that.
No, it's not. Entertainment has filled the void. The immigrants, look, man, those people are bringing in money. He's kicking out all. It's costing them like $1 trillion or something. It's costing a lot of money to get these people kicked out of this country.
It doesn't cost
but those people. Yeah, it does. They're paying. So wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Are you? So wait a minute. So you know that those ICE guys do get paid for what they do. They're offering $80,000 a year payments and $20,000 signing bonuses.
You know that's the federal law enforcement agency, and that's within their budget that they have already.
That is not within their budget. He took all that money and he put it in there.
It's already budgeted.
No, it wasn't. No, it's not. It wasn't.
I've been in law enforcement for 2 decades. I'm telling you how it works.
I'm telling you that's not the money. That's what the Democrats have been talking about. That's what he took all of that money that was going to other projects. They just said that.
What was that USA fucking shit Doge found about where they were siphoning off billions into that bullshit?
That wasn't even true. All of that money was already. Look,
it wasn't true.
It wasn't true. Look, again, if it was true, they would have been prosecuting those people. You know what they were doing? You know what they were doing? There were countries, there are African countries and other countries around the world that needed assistance, aid. They had already purposed the money and purchased the food for that aid. The Trump administration went in, and after they had purchased it, they wouldn't even let them have the food. It was already sitting in the warehouses. They let it rot.
And here's another.
And then this is the thing: the Trump administration didn't have. You do remember before Biden left, he started doing executive orders and putting through a lot of things so that Trump couldn't change it. As soon as Trump got in there, for the first 30 days, he tried to change everything and he ripped everything out. You do remember when the air traffic controllers got fired, right? Initially. And also the nuclear silo guys got fired too. You remember that, right? Yeah. Then they had to bring them all back because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
And here's another part that I wanted to tell you about that aid. They actually found out there was a lot of waste with their money.
No, they didn't find any waste. They did. Look, what they found was
they found out. Hold on. They found out that it was not, like you said, BGS. It was not about food. It was basically a cash cow storing money for whatever petty fucking shit they had. Then on top of that, when you look at a lot of these people, how the fuck does a person, since we're going to talk about conservative, Democrat, Republican, how the fuck we going to talk about the Democratic Party when who's the number one president who's called the deporter in chief? Do you know who that individual is?
It was either Obama or Biden.
It was Obama. He hasn't even, Trump hasn't even came close to the numbers of deporting people Obama has.
You know, he's come close. He's up there right now. He's already doing it. Stephen Miller's got a mandate of 3,000 a day.
And here's the part. Obama didn't spend one fucking dime. He just cut off the funds and cut off the fucking and had the companies cut off their shit. You can't use those Social Security numbers. So what did they do? They got on buses. They
didn't have. You can't get. See, that's something that's not true. There is no. You can't get. They didn't get. They weren't getting. They weren't getting.
So did he crack down on those fucking places?
Those people didn't have Social Security numbers. The employers.
Whatever fucking number they had in order to get paid, because you can only pay so much under the table. And by the way, those immigrants do not spend money. They say that a lot of their money, the only thing they pay here is rent and food and their vehicles. A lot of their money they sell.
So they just go to work naked, and they don't buy any clothes. They don't buy any tools for their jobs. And they don't do any types of. You're telling me that's all. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money they just kicked out of this country.
A lot of money.
Have you seen the statistics on that? The amount of money that we're losing from that.
Half their money they send back home. Why? Because they're getting houses and shit built cheaper in there. So hey.
So you didn't even acknowledge what I just said. You just ran right over it, which is what you've been doing the entire time.
If you actually heard what I said. If it wasn't essential, they're sending the rest of their money home. So if your tools to go to work, that's called essential. I did say that, right?
But how much? But there's tax they're paying on that. There's tax they're paying on their gas to go to school. There's tax to.
So wait a minute. Are they paying taxes from their paychecks if they're illegal?
Probably not. All of that stuff is going right back to the government.
Probably not if you don't have a taxable income.
Well, you do have a taxable income. Most of the look, if any of those people had fake Social Security numbers, they went to who? The employer. So all of that money, and that's another thing. You're right. They were getting some of them that did have those fake numbers, but they didn't have them in their hands. The employers had all of that. So the employers.
How did Obama deport so many?
I don't know. How did he deport so many?
He cut off a lot of those numbers because guess what?
What do you mean cut off a lot of the numbers? What are you talking about?
A lot of those ID numbers had 3 fucking people on them, so the jig was up.
Okay, how did he do it? How did they get 3 people on one number? How does that work?
Easy.
So you're telling me the federal government was giving them? It wasn't the employer like Trump at Mar-a-Lago, right? It wasn't Hilton Hotel that was giving. It was the U.S. government that was giving. No. So the U.S. government was breaking the law and giving it to them.
No. Is this a one-on-one debate or is it open? Charles, it's up to you.
That's what you want.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay. This is something that they found out. I don't know how much you read, okay, but this is something on the Obama administration actually found out, right? Okay, there was up to 30 people on one Social Security number, right? Okay, and the Obama administration actually ignored it. I think it was 2011, where the Social Security Administration actually did an audit and found out there was up to like 30 people on one Social Security number. And they decided to ignore it. So there's a lot of duplicates out there. So what Obama did when he actually wanted to deport people, he just killed the duplicates. Okay, he just eliminated the duplicates. Okay, they couldn't work without a Social Security number, so they had to be what? They couldn't work, they couldn't eat. That's what they had to do. Go back home. Which Trump probably.
How much did that cost? How much do you know? How much that the overpayments were totaling?
The overpayments for what?
For the benefits they were receiving.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, what would your guess be?
I couldn't even venture a guess. Okay. So,
I can tell you if you want me to tell you.
Okay. What I'm saying is you're saying that there were.
Okay. So the resulted overpayment totaled. This is the resulting overpayment totaled $154,194 from April of 1994 through June of 2011.
The overpayments for what?
For the benefits. The fraudulent activities.
Okay. The thing
is, exploited Social Security numbers.
It has nothing to do with it. Okay. The thing is, there were people working under false duplicates.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. The resulted overpayment was 100 and.
Dude, listen to what I'm saying. Okay, that's how he got rid of them. They can't work without a Social Security number, right? And the Social Security number already knew who was using it and where these people were actually working. They had to report this stuff, right? You just cut it off. They can't work. What are they going to do? Starve?
So the employers didn't pay them under the table? And they still didn't pay taxes on the stuff that they were buying?
The thing is, legally, what's going to happen is they're going to get penalized for paying people under the table.
Did they?
Yeah. Why do you think
how many businesses got turned down?
Why do you think they left in great numbers like that?
Okay. So they left.
Okay, that's how come you got rid of so many. Trump should have done the same thing. In other words, nobody basically.
But that's not what he's doing. He's not doing that at all.
He didn't say that he was doing that. That's how he should have done the same thing. Okay. The reason that people got up, the reason people got upset, why Trump got in office and people wanted these people deported. You know why that is?
Because they're racist.
No. Okay.
Okay. They're not racist.
Okay. What would you think if an immigrant that just got here got welfare, Section 8, and food stamps?
I'd say they're in the system, and they got this immigrant obviously is on the path to citizenship. it was granted through the government, because you can't get that stuff without that. You can't go into it. You can't go into a. I don't know what hospitals you guys go to, but I can't do all that stuff without my information.
So
I've never been into a hospital or a doctor that's been like, all right, you can go.
Hold on, man. Is it right? Is it right for somebody that just got here to get welfare, Section 8, and other stuff that you can't get as a citizen? Is that right?
But did it happen?
Yes.
And when did it happen?
Yes.
And when did it happen? What's the proof?
Hold on for a bit of BGS.
Because you can't do that. You cannot do that. How did they? Okay, explain to me. Show me. What's the proof?
It's documented through TPS. They were doing it, man. Okay, basically, and this is something that was documented, right? Remember that big thing going up in Ohio with those Haitian immigrants? Okay, remember that?
Yeah, the lies of eating dogs and cats. Yeah, I remember that.
They were getting $2,000 a month per Haitian.
Yeah, but that was because they were coming from a war. You know what's going on in Haiti right now?
In other words,
you know that they see political asylum when immigrants come through. That means they're put through the system. They had to know where they were. There's nothing wrong with that. It was allocated.
Did the Democrats?
So when Trump just brought over all those South Africans that he just brought over, he just brought over a boatload of South Africans, all white.
Did the Democrats tell you they were doing that?
They don't have to tell you. It's part of.
Yes, they do have to tell you.
So they have to send me a letter about that. Did you get your letter?
They have to announce it through.
So they didn't. They didn't do that.
No, they didn't.
No, they kept it a secret.
They kept it a secret. You know what? And basically, Charles was there. Remember on what you call this video on Arch panel?
Yeah.
Remember we're actually looking at the about the FEMA camps for the immigrants, right?
Yeah.
That nobody really knew about. They were actually showing it.
Just like years ago, they were planning this shit because FEMA was becoming an armed. And
the thing is, and the Biden administration was actually lying about immigrants coming in, and people were reporting this. Okay, how come these immigrants coming in with these EBT cards?
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Wait. Okay. Because you're getting ready to change it, okay? Let me finish explaining. Okay, no, you're not waiting. You're trying to derail me, okay?
No, I am trying to derail you because what you're saying is irrelevant.
No, it's not.
It's very relevant.
It's very relevant. In other words, they spent. Okay. In fact, they spent. What is it? They spent. What is it? $1.5 trillion on TPS immigrants. Okay, giving them benefits over the past 4 years. Okay, that's actually reported by Congress, right? That they actually hid the hearing. Okay, they did the hearing and hid it. Okay, they knew what they were doing, right? Biden knew what they were doing. And the thing is, we exposed it is because because Schweiker was saying that we needed more workers, right? To actually pay taxes, right? Okay. And TPS was actually bringing in immigrants secretly and actually supporting them with welfare. In fact, why do you think Eric Adams was getting in trouble about not housing immigrants, TPS immigrants in New York? Okay, he got in trouble for that. Yeah. Same thing with the dude in Chicago. He got in trouble for that crap.
Why do you think they cut off a lot of the funding, the federal funding to a lot of those states?
Yeah. And Eric Adams and Gavin Newsom in California and also other people, what's the name of Chicago, are fighting ISIS because they don't want these people actually deported. Why don't you go through Congress, pass a law, immigration law, allowing these people in like you're supposed to? How come we don't do that?
As far as I can find, it doesn't say anything was hidden from anywhere. I mean, I'm looking it up online. There's nothing that's showing that what you're saying is true.
We did the research, okay? We didn't even know what TPS was until we put one and one together, and all of a sudden, a month later, all of a sudden,
what does it stand for?
Temporary protective status.
Okay.
You said you researched this, right?
I just looked it up. It doesn't say that there's anything.
You said you researched this, right?
It says there's no verified evidence that TPS was hidden from Americans during this time.
You said you researched this, right? We researched this 2 years ago.
This
Okay.
is us.
We actually looked at this stuff 2 years ago, looking for this stuff, right? It wasn't there. Okay.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Uh-huh.
What does that have to do with what Trump is doing right now? Like, what does that have to do with that?
Let me
So
put-
this backlash that's going on right now, you do realize we're about to lose our voting rights. Are you
Well, how?
concerned about that?
How you
how-
lose your voting rights?
like, hold on, BJS. Let me
Wait a minute.
So you're not. Did
How?
you hear about what's going on?
How are you going to lose your voting rights?
So you didn't hear about what just happened?
How are you going to lose your voting rights?
So you didn't hear about it?
Answer the question, man.
I'm
How?
asking a question.
No.
So as a yes or no, you didn't hear about it?
I heard about the Voting Rights Act of 1964, which actually protects
Mhm.
people in Jim Crow areas, allowing them to vote. Okay,
Mhm.
that's supposed to have expired. What? How many times they actually had to reinsert it? About 4 or 5 times. Okay, it's going to expire just like anything else. Okay,
So,
how are they going to take away your right to vote?
well, if I don't vote Republican and I only vote Democrat, and Republicans only do what they want to do and they don't do what I want them to do
Okay.
because I don't have any representation, how am I going to get my vote heard? How am I going to get my voice heard? Because they're not going to listen to me because I'm a Democrat.
How are they going to take your vote away?
Okay, let me explain it to you in English.
Thank you.
They are not if they redistrict everything.
Uh-huh.
So let's say there's a Democrat district and a Republican district, right? If they change it and they get rid of those voting rights and they say, "Hey, look, this wasn't legal. We're just going to make this whole area that was Democrat Republican."
Amanda, yeah.
Okay.
How
So
long
if
has that been around? Since 1812.
they switch it over, right, and they make it that area Republican,
Mm-hmm.
and every person that's nominated is a Republican,
Mm-hmm.
how am I going to get my voice heard? Because that Republican isn't going to stay. He's not going to do what Democrats do. He's going to do what Republicans do.
Okay.
He's going to listen to Trump. He's going to toe the party line. Because you do realize right now he's kicking out people. They're doing actual loyalty tests to keep people loyal to Trump, not to the government, to Trump himself.
Trump has nothing to do with that.
He has nothing to do with
No,
that.
it's the
That's
state-
not true. That is absolutely not true. What I'm saying is, hold on. Now you're interrupting me. I let you go. No, I'm trying to explain everything.
Pause.
So what I'm saying is, if that's what's happening,
Let him finish, Charles.
all right, go ahead and talk because it sounds like you need to say this.
Have you heard of? I'm in California. Have you heard of California Proposition 50?
I have not heard of. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and ask you the same question over and over again. I'm gonna look it up.
I will tell you what it is. I'm in California. Okay,
Don't worry. Let me look it up.
don't lie.
I said worry, enunciation. Do you hear me?
No.
Worry.
You're not.
I said worry. I said worry. I said worry.
Thank you.
Now,
Clarify.
here's the part that you don't get.
No, I'm going to look this up first, and then once I'm done,
Look it up. We're not talking to you right now.
Number one, they're not taking away your voting rights.
No,
They're not.
gerrymander has been around for a long time. Okay.
This shit expired so many goddamn times before.
so you didn't answer my question. How am I going to get representation if I'm a Democrat?
You're still represented
You're
by
still
whoever's there.
represented by your fucking vote. It just means your vote may not win. If
It-
you're
yes,
a
that's
majority Republican,
So that's exactly what that
Let me
means. I'm not
finish.
going to get a vote.
God, can you
God
not?
damn.
God damn.
Come on, man. Don't act like you don't know what that means. Don't act like you don't know what it
Did you look
means.
up
If they
Proposition 50? You look it up?
Proposition 50, 2002 water projects bond measure.
No. 2025, not 2002.
Proposition 50, 2016 I don't see one for 2020.
2025. It's getting ready to go up. It's called gerrymandering. All right, for Democrats, it goes both ways. It's not one way.
Now, here's the part, right?
Yeah, but do you know why that's happening? Because of Governor Abbott in
John,
Texas.
God damn it.
Look up.
That's
Wiki-
happening. What's
hey,
happening?
hey, look up Wikipedia and gerrymander. See how far it goes back, man.
That's okay. We know that it's been going. They've been trying to get rid of it, but this is the thing. The reason why that's happening in California is because of what has currently happened in Texas. Because Trump wants more seats, and Governor Greg Abbott is giving it to him.
California has done this before. It's not the first time for Democrats.
It's not the first time for any politician.
Exactly.
That's why it's not good.
It has nothing to do with voting rights.
But if Trump is asking his governors in his states to do it,
he can ask,
and they're doing it, you don't think that he has any pull over any of these people? They're just doing it out of their own free will. Because Governor Abbott is doing it.
The legislature has to do it. Governor Abbott can't do it.
They're already doing it. Like, I don't know what you're saying.
Here's the crazy.
Texas has done this. It's not the first time.
Wait a minute. Here's the
So
crazy.
what you're saying is, you do realize that the Senate is controlled by Republicans.
Yes.
Congress is controlling, but right now is controlled by Republicans.
Yes.
And the executive branch is controlled by Republicans.
Yes.
Okay.
So
it's called voting.
Right.
When it happened for the Democrats,
Man, he didn't even win this election, but okay.
he did win this election.
He didn't.
We watched
No, he
it. He got destroyed.
Okay, guess what, man? Have you listened? Have you listened to Kamala Harris?
Let me ask you this: have you listened to those young Republicans talk about?
I'm talking.
John.
Have you listened to those? Since you're gonna jump, you're jumping from that to that. I'm gonna jump to something new too.
Talking.
You are talking, and I'm talking too.
Okay, well, we were talking at the same time then. Okay,
John, I'm gonna unmute you. You got to take turns to letting other people stop this fucking feminine shit. Women do that. God damn.
Get over me.
In other words, you're trying to battle over the fucking conversation.
There's two of you.
Listen,
and you're talking over me.
Well, then nobody will get hurt then, right?
Listen.
That's up to you guys.
No, that's up to you.
John, I'm going to explain something to you, right? This is the flaw of what you said earlier about representation. Your vote is your representation. I live in Baltimore, which is highly democratic. If anybody vote for a goddamn Republican, how much representation in Baltimore City will they get? How much? How much? So in other words, unless you're going to a place where there's more people who are voting in line with you, your vote is your representation. Sometimes you win, but if you're in a heavy Democratic area, and let's say 5 people vote Republican, but 400,000 vote Democrat, guess who's going to get the vote? But when it works in one party's favor, I don't hear that party complaining, do I?
They complain.
Because here's the fact of the matter: nobody's taking away your goddamn votes.
In fact, the couch probably got more votes this time than the
Exactly.
Okay.
They actually tallied it up and said the couch ought to be the president.
Should be. They did say that.
Here's the crazy part: your Democratic Party said Kamala was a horrible candidate.
They did.
She was never going to win.
They did.
Even Obama had no faith in her, and he was right.
Her election team, campaign team, didn't have faith in her. Okay?
Exactly. Nobody in the party believed her. She was just a stand-in because you couldn't let them run unopposed.
No, they could open the convention. Guess what they did? They didn't want to open convention. In fact, Hillary Clinton and others opposed it.
Yeah,
okay.
Because they knew goddamn well she would have not got the vote.
Obama, if you go back and look at it, right? Go back and because we track this shit in real time. Remember, Charles? Okay. Obama said if you don't open the election, open the convention, right? And okay, but you're probably actually going to lose your Senate and your Congress, all right? Your uh, your reps and your Senate, and they did.
Yeah, and they
Exactly
had
what he said would happen. He said because he said it was going to happen. He said you won't get it for at least another 2 to 4 years. Okay, if you do it this way, if you don't, if you actually run a guy that can't run, okay, that can't campaign, this is what's going to happen. Then you already knew this was going to happen, right? And everybody's even Kamala Harris is saying the exact same thing that we're saying. It's nothing new.
it's what I tell him all the time, but he busy all this Trump stuff. He's a
Mhm.
fantastic artist, by the way. And this is what I tell him.
That's why I asked you: is this open or is this?
This is
You guys are
open.
debating. So
It-
if you guys are debating one on one, I'll drop down.
it's he asked for it, so if he
Oh,
wants
okay.
to,
Oh, if it's one on one, I'll drop
if he
down.
wants
That's
to
what
go
I asked.
back to one, if he wants to go back to one-on-one, it's his choice. But like I try to
What-
tell him, a lot of shit that he thinks that's going on. Project 2025 is he couldn't do it the first time he tried it.
Well, Reagan couldn't do it when it was
Exactly.
a project. Was it a project 20? Was it project? Was it 19
1980,
something? Yeah,
1980, something like that.
1980 or something like that. Yeah.
And it was like this. But yet, when I was telling him about college, the 90s, when he had welfare reform, opened up fucking college.
Yeah. In fact, basically, that's why the prices actually skyrocketed is because you cut welfare down by 2/3. Okay, what are you going to do with the single mothers that are on welfare? Okay, you got to give them a path to what getting the jobs. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why they opened up. That's my daughter. My daughter went through the same thing, right? They gave her welfare. They gave her food stamps. They gave her educational supplements. Basically, she damn near got her whole education funded by them.
But yet, what did they get black men in the 94 crime bill?
Well, they get them. Well, we get 3 hots and a cot, right? And they get funding. They get welfare.
They get the kids, they get the welfare, they get the child
Yeah.
support, they get the funding, they get the transportation, the housing. I mean, they even get the federal. You wonder why you go to a courthouse or a federal building or
Mhm.
some government building and it's ran so inefficiently because
Well,
you have the
yeah,
lowest.
yeah, that's probably true. But the thing is that um, you know, things happen under Democrats and Republicans, and the thing is, why does shit happen? Okay, why does stuff happen? And I'm not saying that that TPS was right or wrong. Okay, the thing is, you didn't tell nobody that it was actually being passed. Okay, it wasn't even passed. It's actually something that the Biden administration did that was off the books. Okay, and people kind of let it go. The thing is, but you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Okay. In fact, we had documents and stuff that they spent. What did they say? They spent $4 trillion on TPS program for like 10 million immigrants or something like that. Okay. Um, and 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 people kind of remember, Charles. People were actually wondering how come all these immigrants coming in with Section 8 and food stamps.
Yeah, they actually were taking over whole neighborhoods and apartments.
Over neighborhoods and stuff like that. People would say, okay, where are these people getting all this money? Okay.
And these are people who are coming dirt poor.
They
Like-
just got off the boat. I mean, basically, these immigrants could come in 90 days buying businesses. Where they get a business loan in 90 days to buy a business? They just came across the
You got
border
motherfuckers who lived here for 40 years, always scrutinized.
and struggling and struggling. And that's what whether it's right or wrong, that's what pissed people off. Okay. Which actually came out, and basically, was it your FEMA money, right? Most of your FEMA money actually went there to actually go into the fund to actually support TPS immigrants and their benefits. Okay,
And
so when the hurricanes came in, there wasn't no FEMA money.
yeah,
It was
and
gone.
that's the reason why, for anybody who's from the state of Maryland, when Larry Hogan left office, we had a $5.5 billion surplus. Guess where the surplus? We got into $7.6 billion debt now.
Yeah,
Where the money went.
So I'm not saying that Trump is any better than Biden or vice versa, but the thing is, the reason that Biden lost had nothing to do with Trump. Okay,
Mm-mm.
had nothing to do with Trump. Okay, they basically In fact, Stephen A. Smith said the exact same thing about it, right? Even though he voted for Kamala Harris. Okay, he said you closed down a primary because you wanted to make sure that Biden ran unopposed. Okay, you did that shit on purpose. Okay, you should have had a regular primary so the best person could actually win. Okay, it's because you knew that motherfucker could not run, and you did it. Okay, everybody says it now. In fact, and that's like all the alarm bells went off during that first debate.
Any chance I could get a word in?
You can get a word in right now.
Because I mean, you've been talking for like 15 minutes.
Hey, dude,
the two of you,
dude,
both of you.
You want to?
I'm just asking.
I'm going to
see, and now I'm.
Hey, you want me?
All right, god damn. All right, go ahead, man. Keep talking. You good?
Want to be a smart ass like you? I said you can go ahead right now, but you want to get smart, okay? Instead of going ahead and saying what you're going to say, I was going to say I'm going to mute up for you. If you can refute anything that I've said, go ahead and try.
I'm less concerned about what happened in the past. I'm currently concerned about what's happening right now. So yeah, all the things you said about Obama and Biden and blah, blah, blah. Okay, we can live in the past, but right now things are happening. You're laughing at the fact that I'm saying that the voting rights are going to disappear. You're saying that's not a real thing. My vote's still going to count. But I don't think you're actually looking at what's actually happening. You're so concerned about what Obama did and Biden did and what Hillary Clinton did and Kamala Harris.
Only question
that you're not really looking. I don't see you guys looking at what's going on right in front.
How?
See, and
how
what?
How you gonna lose your vote? How?
You already explained it perfectly. It's just you don't seem to understand.
How?
You already explained it.
How you gonna lose your voting right? Your right to vote. How you gonna lose it? Explain that.
Okay, let me explain it again.
Okay.
There's a majority. There's a majority right now. Mm-hmm. That majority isn't going to go away. Do you think that he's going to leave office? I mean, honestly, do you think he's going to leave office?
Yeah, he has to.
He has to. He did it before.
Okay.
How's he going to?
So wait a minute. You never heard him say anything about. You never heard him say anything.
Hold on.
Okay. See, now I haven't spoken but for like a minute, and you're telling me to hold on.
I want to ask you a question. Okay? Can I ask you a question? Is it okay?
No, I'm not done asking you my question.
You didn't ask me.
That's right. I didn't get a chance.
That's a long ass question, man.
It is a long question. You've been talking I said you've been talking for 15 minutes.
I wasn't asking you no question, was I?
No, you were just pontificating. I'm trying to say this.
Okay.
You have heard him say that he's been floated. They've been floating the idea of him going into a third term. He's got the Supreme Court. He has Congress. He has all of the Senate, and he's asking governors in Republican states to get more seats. That to you sounds like he's going to leave?
Okay.
It doesn't sound like he's stacking the deck even a little bit?
Is that a question or what?
What do you think?
Okay. What would it take for him to have a third term?
He'd need the Supreme Court.
No.
He'd need Congress.
No.
He'd need the Senate.
No.
And he'd need all of everything that I just said.
No.
Okay, what would he need?
A constitutional amendment. So what do you need?
So what do you need for that?
You need
Most of the state.
Three-fourths of the states votes as vote on it.
So when he's asking Governor Abbott to get more Republican seats, that's not going to help that?
No. Voters have to go and vote on it.
So when he said that when he was talking to Zelensky about starting a war to hold off elections, you don't think that he's going to give it a shot?
What are you talking about now?
You didn't hear about that?
Zelensky, he's trying to stop the war. What are you talking about?
No, when he was talking to him in the White House, Zelensky was saying that he couldn't have any elections. Trump said, "Oh, you can't have any elections because you have a war?" And he said, "Yes, He said, oh, I have to. He started laughing about it and started saying, "Oh, I have to think about that."
That's in Ukraine. It's not in the United States.
No, that's here too. They suspend the elections during wars. Yeah, they do.
Okay, that's bullshit. Let me tell you why that's bullshit.
World War II. They
Okay, well,
personal
so
fucking experience.
you're telling me that it's not
John,
possible though.
John,
when did they suspend elections during
stop
the war?
talking.
Okay, so
John,
you just.
John,
When did they suspend an
John,
election?
Hey man, like I'm asking you a question.
You
I
asked-
said you're saying that it's not possible, right?
No, it's not possible.
John, am I not
Charles, do you hear? Are you not hearing what I'm saying?
John, am I not a
Hey man,
fucking
you keep
John,
saying my name
John,
over and
John,
over again,
like an
but you're not
animal.
listening to what I'm saying. He already answered the question.
Sober?
Dude,
Are you
dude,
sober?
You I don't know where you find fucking etiquette, but goddamn.
I know you don't seem to listen.
No,
We heard
you
you.
don't seem to fucking listen because you act like an only goddamn child. Now,
And you guys act like you
shut the
just.
fuck up.
Hey man, fuck you, man. Don't talk to me like that.
Shut the fuck
The
up.
fuck do you think you are?
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, every time somebody try to be nice and speak,
Man, I've asked my fucking question.
You know
You
what?
keep.
Have it. Take your feminist
I
ass off.
answered your
Take your
question.
little feminist ass
That's
off
what
the
I'm
panel.
saying. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about
I
right
asked-
now.
I-
Take your feminist ass
question.
off
Look
my
it
fucking
up.
panel.
Look it up.
Because guess what? BGS could drop down and we could go back to one-on-one and I could keep on embarrassing your ass.
You haven't embarrassed me at all, man. You embarrassed yourself.
You telling me.
So basically, you're telling me right now that he's not going to be able. He's just going to just let it go based on everything that you've seen him do right
He
now.
has no power over that. He can't do that.
He doesn't have any power.
No, he don't
Liberal
have
white
power
boy
over
bullshit
constitutional
video.
amendment, man. No, he doesn't.
First and foremost, you
Okay.
forgot I'm a war vet. We voted during the war.
Okay.
So you dumb motherfucker. Have you ever even fucking explained how you're gonna use your rights?
Has he taken it?
Have you in your fucking masculine brain even thought about that stupid shit? But no. This is
Charles,
the
you
stupidest
just
shit. No,
fucking
this
nuts.
is the stupidest shit that I've
You're just fucking nuts, man. I mean, you're just a fucking nut. But that's cool. I mean, you guys think that he's not going to do that. I hope that you're right. I hope that you're absolutely right. I hope that you're absolutely right. But it doesn't seem like
he can't do it, man.
he can't.
Why the fuck didn't he do it his first term?
Why do you think he didn't do it his first term?
No, you answer the question.
Are you going to cut me off if I start answering it?
Fucking question.
Because there were people there that stopped him. He doesn't have that this time. These people are letting him do whatever the fuck he. So hold on. I'm trying to answer the fucking question, Charles, and you keep interrupting me.
Fucking going around the bush. Answer the motherfucker.
You are such a fucking idiot, man. How many fucking times do I have to fucking say it? He's doing it.
How is he doing it? No. How is he doing it? How is he doing it?
How is he? Okay. He's got Congress.
Okay.
He's got the Senate.
Okay.
And he's got the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Everything that he's been able to do, he's doing. Nothing has stopped him. He's had no people in his administration. I mean, am I wrong? Or is everybody who is in his own administration, has anybody who says anything against him, he fires? Wrong or right?
The Supreme Court has struck down half of his shit already. Okay.
Half?
Yes.
Okay, but let me ask you this: is he firing people anyway? Is Congress stepping in to do any of their jobs? Okay. They have the power of the purse, and he's doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, guess who he's firing? Okay, he can fire his people.
He can't fire half the people he's fired.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. No, he can't. That's Congress's job. That's the whole thing.
No, Congress doesn't have anything to do with.
Yes, that's literally Congress's job.
No, they don't. No, they don't. The executive branch. Yes.
No, the executive branch doesn't have fire. Look, they cannot fire. He cannot.
Yes, he can.
Why are they? Why do they have legs to stand on with the lawsuits?
Reagan did it with the air traffic controllers. Okay, he does.
You have executive power.
Executive powers.
What does executive mean?
Yeah.
So the thing is, he did those things.
Yes,
he did those things. Reagan absolutely did those things. He did it, and Congress did.
They couldn't do anything about it.
That's because they held the majority when
No,
he
they
did it.
No, they did. There was a Democratic
Yeah.
Congress, sir. What are you talking about?
Y'all two are just like,
Dude,
okay, man. I mean, look,
There was a Democratic
Fifis
Congress,
for this.
sir.
Get out your fifis for this. If he would have done this the first fucking term,
all right, Uncle
Matter of
Ruckus
fact,
and Uncle Ruckus
why
Jr. Let's go ahead. I mean, you gonna see.
Uncle
Keep.
Ruckus?
I'm just saying, man.
no,
Y'all the most Uncle
let me
Ruckus
ask
people
you-
I
No,
ever
you
met.
sound like Uncle Ruckus. You have no knowledge about
Let
this
me-
shit.
let me
about
ask you-
basic,
let me ask you this
civics.
I
question,
mean,
right?
you keep getting
Basic
in here and just
Basic
saying the stuff that's
civics.
not even true.
Basic
You're not making
civics,
sense
sir.
of shit that you're saying.
All right. Well, look, I hope that you guys are wrong. I really hope that you're wrong and that he
How
goes
do you-
ahead and he
how-
takes
how do you-
takes
how-
everything together.
how do you
Because I think
change-
he's going to do all that
How
stuff.
do you change the Constitution, sir?
How do you think you change the Constitution, sir?
I just told you.
Then what do you think that's going to happen? You think he's just going to be like, "Ah, fuck it,
No, he
I'm
can't.
going to leave"?
He has no control over that. He
Okay.
doesn't.
He doesn't have any control over
No.
anything, right?
No, he
What
doesn't
the
have it.
checks and balances?
Like the first time.
What checks and balances? Who's checking him?
The
Did-
Supreme Court.
Who?
When he
When?
got, did he
With
leave-
what?
Did he
They
actually leave the
have
first
several
time?
times.
Did he leave the
Yeah,
first
I don't
time?
know what reality y'all
Did he
are
leave
living in.
the first time?
See, this
when he's
is
in
the part
office?
where you talk about reality. You fucking airbending fucking facts.
He is. Okay.
You doing some crazy shit now. Now
How
you're
come-
just going
How,
off of your
how come
feelings.
we have a 2.5 term policy? Okay. What amendment is that?
Look,
What amendment?
Trump is
that?
doing what he's
What
doing.
amendment is that? What amendment?
I don't know what the fuck the amendment is, but I'm telling you this: the man's doing what he wants to
Third
do.
Amendment. Okay. 2.5.
He's doing what he wants to
No,
do.
he's not.
He's not. As a matter of fact, here's
Did-
the crazy part.
That's the okay.
Once again,
He's
once
following,
again,
he's
were
following
you
policy.
against?
Okay.
Here's
Whether you like it
the
or not.
funnest thing. You were not against the war in Ukraine. You were not against the Israeli shit. Why?
Who said I was? I wasn't against it. At what point did you get that? Where did you get that from?
You said it was good that we're fighting Russia. Why?
Because it got us a foothold in that part of the country.
What was
Because
the
what's going to happen?
what was the deal that we were
No,
supposed
they
to do?
did where?
What was the deal
Okay,
that
no,
we
no,
were
no.
supposed
What
to do?
No
part-
reason why he doesn't want Ukraine
what part of the foothold did we get in Russia?
As I was saying before,
What
it
part?
depleted the
What part?
man. Can I finish?
No.
Do you want me to fucking finish the
No, I want
question
to
or
know
what?
my
Are you going to keep asking me what part?
What
I
part?
said if they got. Man, I'm not going to start screaming and yelling in my own fucking house.
You
You're either
already
going
are.
to answer the question or not.
Okay.
You're gonna let me answer it or not.
Do you know actually why they started the war, sir? Kamala
Why?
Harris.
Who started the war?
Kamala Harris said it. Okay.
Who started the war? Who started the war?
Why we actually started that war in Ukraine? Okay. Why we actually started the war? Provoked them?
Wait a minute. Who started the war?
Okay. Well, you know why we actually started that war?
You saying we, as in the United States, started the
Yeah,
war?
in Europe,
Yes,
yeah.
we did.
We did.
So Russia didn't attack?
No.
Okay.
So wait a minute. Hold on. You telling me Russia didn't attack?
Zelensky has signed a peace treaty, an agreement with Russia. Okay. Guess who tore it up? It wasn't him. Guess who tore it up? Us in Europe tore it up.
You're not supposed to have NATO on Russia's back door.
That was the agreement.
We reneged on the fucking deal.
Yes.
Super pro Russia. You guys love Russia? I ain't never seen this before.
You don't have enough knowledge. That's what it means. Okay.
It means
I'm telling you right now. I hope that you guys are wrong about everything that you're saying.
I researched this stuff for 5 years, sir. Okay, I know
you've researched it for 5 years, and these are the conclusions you come to.
Every morning for 4:30 for the last 4 years. I got up.
Really?
Research. Yes.
So you don't. So you also. What about vaccines? You don't have any problems with those, right? You like those?
In fact, we researched the vaccines. Okay, guess who's not in
shit!
favor
You
of
guys are doctors too. Okay, cool.
Guess who's not in favor of vaccines?
Trump.
Trump and who? RFK Jr. Guess
Jr.
who is in favor of vaccines? Hmm?
Biden,
Biden. And who else?
Kamala.
Kamala. Who else? The Democrats.
So you believe? Oh, well,
Go look it up.
And by the way, is it wise? Is it wise to start a war with another nuclear power?
Okay.
Why do you think? Why do you think we didn't send American troops over there? If we would have sent one American troop over there, we'd have started World War III.
In fact, Trump tried to pull the funding from the Ukraine war back in February, right? And guess who stepped in? It was Congress stepped in.
Remember, all these Jasmine Crockerts, all the Bernie Sanders, they didn't say shit. They actually supported that shit.
Now he talked about Trump wanting a third term, right? Okay, fine. Okay, you have to change the Constitution. He didn't know how you change the Constitution, but he's politically astute, right? Something very simple, right? How you change the Constitution, Charles?
Number one, you need 3/4 of the states to vote on it first.
And also, you need what, 2/3 of the
Congress. You need
Oh,
2/3 of
three-fourths
of Congress, both the House and the Senate.
If the House and the Senate, and what?
And
3/4 of the states. You all have to vote on that shit. That's how you
have to be a
Constitution. Okay.
So you got to realize this shit, right? I don't know if he left on his own or whatever. And see, this is the part when I asked him for months to debate. And I mean,
that's why I asked you. Was it?
I mean, you made it good because it got embarrassing because he kept backtracking.
That's why I asked. I didn't actually want to interfere with debate with a one-on-one debate.
This is the part where I told him, and I told him behind the scenes, your girl Kamala was going to do another major reason we didn't even talk about.
Mm-hmm.
When she was asked if she's going to do anything differently than Biden, she sealed her fate even worse.
Yeah, she said no. He told you no room, no space. Okay.
And this is the bad part. When I try to explain to this guy, all I'm getting is these emotional feelings. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of your feelings. Because one, when you look at this whole thing as a chessboard and very pragmatic, what he really doesn't like when I tell him the truth about black women. Well, you telling me black women started the KKK? No, a lot of them, there's some of them that conspired with them.
Yeah, they slept with them. That's okay. The reason they started KKK is put the sharecroppers back on the field to actually earn money for the United States. But that's
another thing. What he didn't like. Oh, you telling me black women are responsible for the kids not being educated? Do they have the majority of children?
Yeah.
I said, do you think a Jewish woman would allow her son to be miseducated?
Or a Korean woman, or
Asian, woman. Chinese, any other demographic, Indonesian, any other demographic. But why are they so okay with this shit?
Okay, yeah.
I said, you got a daughter, right? Oh, you telling me my daughter can't make it?
But if it's supposed to be one-on-one, Charles, you should have said it's one-on-one. I wouldn't have come up.
No, it's interesting because he was going to do the same shit either way. And this is the part where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the same shit, so it would have made a difference. If he really wanted to debate, he wouldn't have stopped that damn talking that he was doing. As you could see, he was the run on sense of the shit. When I gave him that shit, I was like, hey, might as well make it interesting. This is the craziness part about this is that some people are just going to be blue no matter who.
That's fine. But the thing is, okay, when we ask you pointed questions, answer them, okay? You want to answer the question, okay? Well, Trump's going to go for a third term. He can't do it. Well, he's got the Senate and he's got the Supreme Court. That's not how it's done, sir.
He's going to step down. Trump has done it before. Here's my question, right?
Mm-hmm.
If, like what I told him before, I said, look, when he said, well, it seemed like you got all the answers about school. I said, if you agree with me about the education need to be reformed, why didn't they do it?
And the thing is, we're not saying that Trump is going to do better than Biden is as far as school is concerned, right? Okay, we don't know.
We don't know, but you got to do something because you're competing with China.
Yeah, you got to do something. Okay, you have no clue what he's going to do over the next 4 years. Okay,
And
hell, I don't think Trump knows what he's going to do over
hell
the
no.
next 4 years.
Sometimes I think he'd be like, "Woo, I got away with that one." Shit.
Yeah, sometimes I think he does. I'm like, no, I'm no fan of Trump.
Ah, and here's the thing about it.
Hmm.
When I told him, I said, people over here are amoral pragmatists. I don't have any leanings towards the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party, when we showed that film for what was that? The convention for the convention chair.
Yeah.
You sound like a fan of Trump. Dude, you could come back. Just bring your ass hips back up here, stop running. If you want one-on-one, just say you want one-on-one.
We,
We're
we,
doing the same shit.
Cause remember in 2020 when Valdez and everybody was talking about Trump, we said he would actually lose in 2020 because of COVID. Remember that?
Yeah.
People got pissed off at us back then. Okay.
COVID was the seal of the deal. Guess
Still
what?
the deal. Yeah.
People ask me all the time, "Oh, why did he lose?" COVID was under his watch.
Yeah, it was under his watch. Yes. He had 3 million people die. Okay, he had to go. Okay.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Why did Biden lose? Guess what? You had 2 fucking wars when we
Two wars and immigration
Mhm.
and inflation. Okay. Boom. 1, 2, 3.
But you
Right.
telling me the motherfucker y'all should be really scared shitless of is JD Vance.
Yeah, you probably need to be afraid of him.
That's the motherfuckers y'all need to do, because guess what? He already said he doesn't care for you fucking cat ladies.
The thing is, I don't, because I go through this with my brother. Okay, Trump didn't win the election. Y'all lost it. Okay, Trump didn't win the election. You guys lost that shit. But being stupid.
You literally handed him to a silver platter.
You handed it to him on a silver platter, literally. Okay. And basically, the whole her team said that it's almost impossible to actually run a candidate in 107 days. Okay, impossible. Even with $2.5 billion, they outspent Trump like what 3-1. You still didn't win.
Yeah.
And how many Democratic states flipped on Biden?
God damn.
About 5 or 6
5 or
flipped.
6. Like flipped
Okay.
because they got sick of it. Then when you have, how the fuck do you have 2 wars, immigrants getting Section 8 and TPS.
Yeah.
Your gas prices were the highest they were ever been, abysmal.
Yeah.
You're looking at a recipe of saying bye presidency. You may not get it again in fucking 8 years.
And if Trump keeps up with these tariffs and inflation spikes, he'll be out.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
And he might actually fuck it up for JD or whoever else is running.
And it comes behind you, okay? The thing is, this stuff was set in motion, man, by Bill Clinton back in 1999 when they actually get rid of the Glass-Steagall Act, okay?
Yeah.
All this shit was set in motion back in 1999, okay? And we've been dealing with this shit ever since.
And then how you gonna sit there and tell a war vet we suspend fucking elections?
I asked him, when have we ever done that?
Hell, we had elections during World War II.
And World War I too. So what are you talking about?
Here's the crazy thing. Come back up, man. We don't do the chat thing.
So when did we suspend elections in the United States during a war?
I voted in Iraq, and I was in fucking BDUs, well, ACUs. So I'm like, yo. So you're telling
Lincoln was reelected during what, the Civil War?
So what the fuck?
What are you talking about?
I mean, this is you. I'm gonna give you. I love you, John, but guess what? You need to get out your fucking emotions. You need to, and this is the reason why it's getting embarrassing. You're looking at all these little white liberals who are probably more racist than anybody, because remember, the Democratic Party started the KKK. They try to act like they're your friend, but guess what? When do liberals ever share power? When do? Like, look what's going on. You got Jasmine Crockett, who ain't do a goddamn thing while she's been in office, but acting like a goddamn
yeah, and she's getting way more attention than she probably should. Okay.
Yeah, she's a junior senator at best.
At best, and she's not hasn't really done anything as far as legislation. Okay,
She hasn't done shit for her constituents.
It-
But
it's-
yet, all you got to say is Orange Man bad. No, you got. This is what pisses me off about black elected officials.
okay.
You sit here, and I'm talking especially Brandon Scott and Westmore.
Mm-hmm.
You sit here and you goddamn know what's going on. You
Mhm.
goddamn see the city. You clear it out to do your little goddamn walks. You have a
Yeah.
problem with juveniles. You know it because I know you can't hide from a person who's been in the goddamn system.
You've
How
been
the system
you've
works.
been you've been complaining about this for 10 years that I've known you. Okay.
You've done the same shit, expecting a different result, which is insane. And then when you actually get federal help and attention, which Baltimore doesn't get unless the Ravens are kicking ass or the Orioles,
Mm-hmm.
you act like you put this bravado on like you got it handled. You know what's best. Motherfucker, if we look at your record, Hogan can actually run again because you can't run two.
The thing is, if the mayor in Baltimore wants money for boys, especially during trades, Trump will give it to him right now.
He will give it to.
He'll give it to him. He's looking to give away money for trades right now. If you want to actually correct $1 billion, actually correct the boy problem in Baltimore, Trump will do it right now.
And this is the fucked up
That's where
part.
he's leaning. Go ahead.
You have all these, and I mean all these fucking organizations,
Mm-hmm.
things that I've done. You won't even acknowledge this shit. You will look at us like we're fucking crazy. And the sinister part about this is
Mm-hmm.
you will always give it back to the girls. You will you're
They
happy.
they did that shit under Obama.
You're happy.
Yeah.
You're happy to see the incarceration rate. You're building new jails. You want to take motherfuckers out to Jessup, where they're using the prison population in Jessup to get more, to use that population to get more state funds.
Okay.
Ain't that bitch? I mean,
Okay.
what can you do? I'm really.
Well, the thing is, what does that do for the community by putting these guys away and basically
It's a
paying
train.
what? How much money do they spend per prisoner, Charles? Now, what is it?
Like it's more to imprison you. What is it, about 70,000?
I don't know what the total is for Maryland now.
Now it's to educate an average child. It was about 35 to 40,000.
God damn, that's a lot of money.
To imprison you. Why do you think the veins are popping out of my head now? $40,000.
That's more. You could send them to fucking damn near fucking Harvard for that kind of money. What are you talking about?
Why do you think it's so frustrating to be in this motherfucker? You literally get enough money per child.
Yes.
Fucking child.
You send them to college.
To send them to an Ivy League.
You
could damn near send that kid to goddamn. You could send them to goddamn Johns Hopkins down the street from me.
Yeah.
And here it is. Baltimore is a college town. We literally, and I mean literally, have more colleges. We almost have University of Maryland, Coppin, Morgan.
Okay.
Johns Hopkins.
How much does it cost to send a kid to community college to actually learn a trade? What's the cost now?
Couple of like fucking $800, $1,000 a year.
Something like that, right? How come you can't do that in high school? They're not teaching them anything anyway. Take them out and put them in a trade school.
Trades. You should have schools in 3 parts of the way. Number one, trades. Half your day is academic. The other half on training. The other part, what I said would be, this is part of the Gray Faulkner Initiative. Shout out to that. The other part should be an umbrella of protective services. Your military, your ROTC, your police explorers, your fire cadets, and your security.
You know what I would love to have Doge come in and see where for the Baltimore educational system school board and see where the money's going.
Boy, people be indicted quicker than a
I
motherfucker.
know. I would love to see where does the money where does the money go? Okay,
You
if it's
can't.
that much per student, where's the money go?
You can't even make
Thirty
this.
thirty thousand dollars per student. Where's the money go?
Where does it go?
Where's
Because
it go?
right now, you're supposed to have tablets for each child. You have
Yes,
laptops. You barely have laptops.
tablets cost $50 per pupil. Okay, at this
Hmm.
point,
Hmm.
all you need is the internet. Okay, they send tablets to Africa. Okay, where does the money go?
Think about this.
Mm-hmm.
When you have outdated computers in some of these places,
Mm-hmm. He left again. Okay,
oh, that was Snowman.
snowman.
Uh,
Okay.
I'm just looking at this. Like you're telling me right now, when he said, "Well, it got to be with education," you goddamn right is education. Well, I
Okay.
told you how education is supposed to be. You're supposed to revamp it, but you refuse to do what needs to be done.
It,
Why?
it it doesn't take a whole revamping, just a tweak. Okay, a tweak. Okay, especially because the thing is, we actually look at between the ages of 12 and 16. Okay, well, 12 and 17.
Yeah,
And we talk about what 40,000 kids at best, well, 20,000 kids.
about 20, 20 to 40, somewhere like that.
Yeah, 20 to 40, right? I'm talking about between the ages of 12 to 17, right? About
Yeah,
20, about
about
20,
20, about half of that.
20,000 boys, right? 20,000 boys, give or take, right?
Hmm.
20 and 30. Okay, how much does that cost? And we'll get rid of your whole crime problem. How much money would it save?
Think about it. Those kids will be making so much money. You would actually become an economic boom
Yes.
because you would actually take away. You would actually release the budget. One of the most heartbreaking things I've researched lately
Mm-hmm.
is that you remember when they used to say that black men are costing the country $50 billion because they're unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
You really research it, and those insidious bitches and those simps got it wrong
Mm-hmm.
because of the racist policies, because of the racist, actions of corporations
Mm-hmm.
and some government officials. It's costing the country $50 billion a year not hiring us.
Yeah. Well, basically, how many unemployed women are there, and how much does it cost us in welfare, Section 8, and SNAP?
Yeah,
How many trillions of dollars does it cost?
endless trillions.
Okay, so who's more expensive, us or them?
It's them because now you got to think about it. They black women in what February to June,
Yo,
January, February, they've lost 300,000.
yeah, in counting, yeah, we don't know what the updated score,
It's
but
probably abysmal because some of the ladies I know in the federal system are shitting on themselves. And
yeah, yeah. That well, the government shutdown. They should be on there on the Democrats' neck about that. Okay.
yeah, and the craziest part is who's
Hmm.
causing it. It's not the Republicans. But you don't let it go and tell your Democratic Party to say you need to make sure we stay fucking employed.
And the thing is, that the Republicans are no saints. They do the same shit. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not saying that one party is better than the other. Okay. The thing is, they're still pissed because they didn't win this election. Okay, that's what they're still pissed about. Okay, you
Really,
lost. You lost the election. Okay, Republicans didn't win it. You lost it,
yeah. You, you
and
you
everybody knows why.
you fumbled the fucking ball.
Fumbled it. They drop kicked it out of the stadium.
Yeah. I mean, here's the part about it, right? And I try to tell bro.
Hmm.
I said, yeah, I don't give a fuck who the president is, really. I just want him to do their damn job. Do you really want the guy who, with their fingers on the nuclear football, to be a fuck up? The answer is no.
Yo, that's geopolitical.
Yeah,
Don't even want to go there with him. Okay,
yeah. And
he
I
can't
said,
figure out domestic, so we don't even
and,
want to go there with that.
and yeah, exactly. And I said, you really want the president to fail because he's not going to fail it. We are. And this is the saddest part. You're mad because of what? You're saying that, well, they turned their back on Kamala. They never had Kamala's back to begin with.
They didn't. They did not.
They never. You can't turn what you never gave.
They did not. Okay.
At least Julius Caesar got the decency to get in the back. They just put the knives.
Kamala Harris's campaign team did not believe in her. Okay, they didn't. Why is that?
Because they knew that it was a failing.
It was a failed, and all the polls that came out were bogus. They said that. Okay, what part of this and these books, five books have been written on this stuff? They all say the same thing. How come y'all are still mad? Well, the Republicans and the people, they lied. No, they didn't. What part did they lie about?
I mean, the sad part about it is when you know, I think what scares people is when Trump actually tries to be transparent.
Yeah. He's transparent. That's probably his downfall. He's too transparent.
Yeah. And I said this before. I said, you know, maybe I have a lot of similarities in that, where sometimes I'm a little too goddamn honest. And I said, you're not used to this. And the reason why is because you're used to somebody giving you the dog and pony show.
Which is Biden, yeah.
And Biden was the dog and pony show, you know, and you even said it. For a guy who has this much experience in politics for this long to fumble the ball this much, it's a goddamn shame.
Yeah, I know. They know why they did it. The thing is that I don't agree with the Democrats going along with it.
Just like
that's what Stephen A. was just saying. The same thing. You knew that he couldn't run. How come you kept him in and cleared the path for him to actually run again? Okay, knowing that if he couldn't perform, he would actually lose. If you couldn't actually get rid of Trump, he was going to lose.
Yeah.
We said that for 2 years. If Trump doesn't go to jail, Democrats will lose.
Yeah.
We said it.
I mean, but some, you know, this one's for you, BGS.
What's that? What happened? What?
Get ready for it.
Go ahead. I skate over here. Always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Man. I mean, this is, you actually saved him, because it was getting embarrassing, because he was agreeing with me more and more the more he wanted to debate. And I'm like, you wanted to debate, well, how you going to stop this? I said, dude, Obama did it the slickest way.
Yeah, he did.
Trump's a power player. They're two different personalities.
Yeah.
You know, Trump's going to take the broadsword and say there can only be one. You know, that's Trump's way.
Mm-hmm.
This is Obama's way of doing politics.
Yeah, he did real simple. Just cut off the Social Security numbers.
He's smooth with it. Trump does not have that type of gravitas.
He's trying to make a statement. That's what he's trying to do, which I actually disagree with. Okay, man, you could do it better than this. Okay.
Yeah, and he's trying to gold people into the shit, and people don't understand it. Like I told him before, I said, dude, you know, if you come over here and want to debate, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But there's another thing you gotta understand. When you want to talk about these politicians and these politics, and you're gonna tell me about all this shit, you got to remember my background as well. Just like you're saying, we didn't.
What's his background?
Oh, he's an artist.
He's an artist doing what? Singing, dancing, painting,
drawing.
Okay, he's a drawer. You're not a politician. What kind of background do you have in politics?
And that's what I try to tell him. I said, dude, you got to remember that I'm around people who we debate this on a week by
week. Sometimes daily. Okay.
Daily.
Yeah.
This is not hard for me to do. This people ask me. It's like the Padawan came over for drinks and cigars the other day. Now the Jedi Knights.
I guess they graduated, huh?
They graduated.
Okay.
And he's trying to talk to me about religion once again. I said, boy. You do know Song of, and he was like, well, what about the Song of Solomon? I said, you do know the Song of Solomon is a love story, right?
Yes.
You know what he sent me today?
What?
I could hear the sigh in his voice. You were right. I said, dude.
Has he read his Bible
I
at
said,
all?
you gotta read your Bible, dude. I said, dude, I have a Bible, a biblical dictionary that's older than you. Had it since the 6th, 7th grade. I, you can ask for it. I know we have computers, but I think it would do you right to go through those pages because some words, because of this woke political shit that we're trying to get rid of now, some things you probably won't find. You're gonna find in there. I said, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You gotta envelop yourself. When I went to Christian and Catholic schools, I was enveloped, meaning that was the culture I was under.
Oh, yeah. You got to study it. Yeah.
I had to study this, and
Mm.
sometimes I had to study parts of other religions.
Hmm.
So for you coming into this newly, you're trying to you're day one Luke Skywalker challenging 800-year Yoda. It's not gonna work.
much you have to learn, Padawan.
Don't try, do. You know, and it's like he's like, damn. He's like, God damn. And there's shit that even my coworkers we talk about, they were like, damn, I never thought about it like that. Like she would be like, she picked my brain about raising sons.
Okay.
And it's like she took the hint. She's actually pretty good at taking the hint. She's like, what would you do to convince your son it's okay to defend yourself? I said, well, do what I do. I said, son, if you fuck him up, I got your back and we're going for ice cream. But don't be a bully because you're gonna get in big trouble.
Yeah. I told I had to tell that to a principal one time. Okay. Said we don't play that. I get hit. I go to the teacher. No, get hit. They hit back.
No, we hit back. I
Hit
told
back.
the teachers that in 9th grade when my son was in a fight.
Hmm.
That we don't do that. Turn the other cheek. We only got 4 of them.
Yeah.
All 4 hurt. And I said, guess what?
He's
Put 'em
talking.
on
Don't start it. But if you get hit back. We'll deal with it. Okay.
And even if they swing and miss, guess what?
Yeah.
Sorry for their damn luck.
Hell yeah.
Cave that
Bad
shit.
aim.
And this is another thing, right? LAPD SWAT does contracting security, not only in the United States but across the world.
Mhm.
There's times when I get, this is what upsets me.
Mhm.
My subscribers, of course, you know, I only got like what, a fifth of yours or something like that, or 6,
Mhm.
which is still impressive for a part-timer. But
Mhm.
you got to think about this. The vast knowledge my subscribers and my chat has is it humbles me sometimes. You don't know what some of these motherfuckers do.
Mhm.
There's motherfuckers who've been listening to me and ain't say shit for a year or so.
Mhm.
Finally says something. Hey, I'm a lieutenant or a captain in the military or the police department or the fire department. Everything you said was right down the line.
Mhm.
When I told you about everything about Hegseth, was I right?
Yeah. I believed you because you're the expert. That's why I asked you.
Everything I told you about the state's attorney of Maryland, Marilyn Mosby, everybody's still surprised I was so dead on with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Hegseth, I gave motherfuckers the blueprint. I said, Hegseth is going to fucking wipe out this woke shit in a failed swoop.
Yeah.
Or die trying. That's his, he said that on the Sean Bryant interview. He said, I'm going to fire. The first thing he did when he became Secretary of War, well, now War, I guess, again,
Mm-hmm.
He fired the generals who were doing all this woke shit because
Yeah.
guess what he found out? It was killing the coherency of the military.
Yeah.
It was killing all the advancement.
Now, I think I really do think that the Houthi thing was his last straw. Okay.
Yeah, that was the last straw because that was an embarrassment.
It's an embarrassment. Yeah. I was embarrassed by that. These motherfuckers back y'all up? Come on now.
Wait a minute.
And y'all ran?
We the big bad United States. Come on.
We the big bad wolf. Okay. Yeah.
And this is the thing about it. Like when it comes to art, this guy is leaps and bounds over me.
Mm-hmm.
Great comic book artist, but when it comes to politics, I said, dude, You get too much in your emotions. And I said, look,
The thing they don't appreciate that we do this shit every fucking day. We're doing this for 10 years. We do this shit every day. It's not new. We debate this. We debate this shit at least 2 or 3 times a week. It's not
exactly.
new.
Exactly. And this is the stuff that people don't appreciate till these debates come up.
Yes.
Dude, I'm slowing it down for you. When you're talking about, oh, so black women are the reason why our community is, yes.
Yes. I mean, the black women are the central part, but thing is the reason that it is what the way it is, we're still carrying slave culture from 1750
Yeah.
forward. It hasn't changed, okay? This shit has not changed in 200 years, and people want to actually acknowledge that because the women don't want to change. They want to hold
Yeah.
on to power.
They want to
Okay?
hold to the power. They want to be able to say, hey, I'd rather let this motherfucker burn
Then give up power, yeah.
than let it power. I mean, there's many a times I've been a cop for almost 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
I remember talking to an old first sergeant, and I said I was in the military for 10, was a cop for the city for 15,
Mm-hmm.
shift commander,
Mm-hmm.
deputy shift commander for 1. He said, man, we both did 25 hard years, huh? I said, yeah, I guess so. And he said he never, a first sergeant, 25-year vet, retired. He didn't have a problem with Hegseth said. He said he didn't go. He said, dude, we needed to go back to that. He said the reason why I got out, I didn't stay for sergeant major because I couldn't handle the fucking wokeness.
Yeah, and they have to compete with the rest of the world. He said that.
Yeah, you got it. When you don't have competition, and I said that's one thing you need to bring back in schools: competition. Everybody doesn't need to feel good. Some people need to be like, damn. When was the last time you heard somebody say, damn, I should have got that A+?
Yeah.
People are happy to settle for C's. My God.
Yeah, and C's aren't C's anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean,
C's are not 70% anymore. C's are 40%. Okay.
do you know when I went to private school, if you got an 80, they call it your goddamn your parents.
No, yeah, because your parents are paying for that shit. So
Exactly. You want to talk about ass whoopings? Get below that 80. And yeah, 70 was passing. Get below that 80.
Get up below 80, yeah.
And I just feel sorry for guys like that. I'm like, hey, you right, Distro. Guess what? Be glad you retired way before that woke shit. I'm glad I got out before the woke shit because my buddies who were still in, they said, Charles, you would have killed somebody by now. Choked them. And the craziness about it is, like when I told them, do you think with the ed? I don't know how early you got into the conversation when I said
it was late, but the thing is, I was just curious about most of the stuff he was saying was actually 100% wrong. I said, okay, dude, where are you getting your facts from?
yeah, and that's what
Or were they facts?
That's what I was telling them. When I was like, dude, 2 things. 1, you got to give people time to speak. 2, you got to realize something that you don't know what you're doing. Here's the fake and the phony. China said yes, it's an authoritarian government. But
Yes, it is. Yeah.
when they said we get 1 million engineers, they got them goddamn million engineers. Do you think out of the education system we have now, we can get 1 million engineers?
No, we can't.
We can't even get 10,000 people to work at a goddamn factory because they're not even smart.
No.
And I said this. So you're okay with the way the education system is? Well, if they take away all the funding from the education department, I said, well, maybe they should and find out what you're doing with your money because each state has a Department of Education.
Yeah, they do, and they have congressmen that can actually override what he's doing. Okay.
Yeah. Why don't they? Because they low key agree with it.
Yeah, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know.
Or maybe they don't care.
Maybe they don't. Perhaps they don't care. The thing is, he's only been in office what?
Less than
8 months. Yeah, less than a year. What, 8 months? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So, and think about this. He's done more in 1 year than some presidents
Well,
here.
yeah. He's on a mission. I'm not saying everything he's done is correct, okay? Not even close. But
No.
the thing is, Biden, you know, in it, every president will actually give something and take something away.
Yeah.
What is he giving? What is he taking? Okay.
Yeah. And that's what we're finding out.
So we're finding out. But you won't find that out until what, a year or two in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff. When Biden's first year, I actually agree with his first year. Okay, cleaning up a whole lot of stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. The year two on. Well, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's you were actually surprised
I was.
by being so, I guess, experienced and tenured,
Yeah.
and it was like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, you're right, Distro. Because when I went in, it was don't ask, don't tell, and All Star G said we can't even get 1,000 engineers. God damn, we're that bad. I'm not happy about this. Okay, let's just get that shit out. Okay, we're not happy about some of this shit. Some of this shit we wish we were wrong. Do you agree, BGS?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 We're not happy with the tariffs that Trump is passing. Okay. What the fuck you doing?
No, like get this shit back under control. Like, nigga, what are you doing?
And basically, Congress can actually take control of tariffs if they want to. They have the right to tax more than we do. How come they're not doing it?
Because you know why?
Mm-hmm.
They're afraid that somebody's gonna see their dirt.
Yeah, probably so.
Because I'm still wondering how the fuck does Cory Booker and other people worth millions of dollars, but you're like, wait a minute. How much do you make a year as a goddamn senator?
I'm shocked that he follows Trump and the Republicans all the time, but he doesn't know about RFK Jr. in vaccines.
Yeah, he got into a heated debate during his hearing for his confirmation hearing with, of course, Maryland Senator also Brooke, who should have been indicted her goddamn self, but that's neither here nor there. He got in a heated debate saying they found a study in Germany when they said black people didn't need as strong as a dose.
And then they found that out. We actually giving them too strong a dose.
And that's why you probably were killing people.
Yeah, probably so, or damaging them. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff was going on with that. The thing is, okay, why do you debate if you don't have enough knowledge to actually debate? So I'm curious about.
But yet it's called emotion. And when I take all the emotion out, like I said, I can detach from my emotions. This is the part. Then on top of that, when you debate, you can't talk for 15 straight minutes.
Yeah, that's true. He's by asking a question for 15 minutes. Okay.
Like, yo, shut the fuck up sometimes. God damn.
When he actually talked about like certain things like the National Guard going into states, right? Okay, that's against the Constitution. The governor has to agree to that.
Yeah, because your governor's the commander in chief of the
National Guard. Okay, they tried to pull California National Guard and put him into Oregon. Okay, you can try it, but guess what? They shut that shit down too.
Yeah, unless you have a very good reason.
Yeah, like insurrection, like that. But the government will actually ask for National Guard.
Or federalize them, but just like this, for example, when they were not letting the black students
with
Kennedy.
People, no, it was with Eisenhower.
No, it was Eisenhower.
Yeah, in the 50s. Yeah. Nobody said anything about that.
So
what? So
it's the same reason why people think Mayweather is the greatest boxer on earth, because of recency bias. I said, trust me, he's not even top 10.
Not even top 10. Yeah.
And I said, you need to go back in history and look at what really matters. That, look, if you don't like a person, that's all good and fine and dandy. But here's another thing. Can you tell me what is he doing that you don't agree with? And if it's that's because you don't like Kamala Harris, I'm sorry. That's just a bad reason. Like, tell me what you, and if that's your reason, cool, hit the reason. But all I'm saying is this. Number one, don't forget to hit the Cash App, goddammit.
It's taxes in effect, okay? Now, I'm doing overtime for you guys, okay?
and definitely appreciate it. But it goes back into many things.
I didn't mean for him to drop though. If you guys are doing one on
He was
one,
he was in his feelings at that moment, so
he was upset, man. Okay.
he was up because a lot of the stuff he, like I told him, I said the whole thing about it is that a lot of the money when immigrants come in, that's one of the biggest reasons
Mm-hmm.
people have an issue with immigrants because money goes out the country and it doesn't come in
Well,
because you.
that's because they're sending it back home, which is fine. Okay. Okay. But thing is, okay, giving them money that should go to citizens, like Section 8, like food stamps, I
Disabled,
hope
pets, sick people.
disabled vets, all that kind of stuff. Okay. If we have stuff left over after giving people what they need, I don't have a problem with giving immigrants money. Okay.
Yeah, you
They can
gotta.
go back. They don't like it. They can go back home. They don't have
No,
to be here.
you can't give to other people before you give to yourself. It's a foolish
Okay.
edict.
If you want Haitians to come in, do it the right way. Go through Congress, authorize it. Okay. TPS was never authorized by Congress.
Yeah, and it was hidden because one, it was some sneaky shit, and people
So,
don't admit.
and people didn't like that. Okay. We had to find that out. We had to find that shit out. Okay.
It was like digging under goddamn landfill.
Yeah. And when we put one and one together, oh shit, this is what they're trying to do. This is what all of a sudden the next month TPS was all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Y'all could have told us that this was actually what you were doing.
Yeah.
Because I asked my maintenance man, he's actually Haitian, right? And he told me about TPS. Yeah, I thought you guys knew. So they didn't tell us shit. Okay.
Exactly.
Now,
And
the people that in the program knew it, but things we didn't know that shit. Okay.
that was
People were asking.
purposely hidden.
Yeah.
Because you were going to use them motherfuckers to give them status and citizenship to make them another constituency.
You could have you could have done that if that's what you wanted. Hell, you got DACA kids been waiting what 15 years to get citizenship.
Oh.
They should have gone first. Okay, and they're actually raised here and working. Okay,
Yeah, they're more
and paying taxes. Okay,
they're more American than anything else.
Yes.
And you're telling me they didn't even get the fucking benefits these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
It's political suicide, and right now we're playing political risk. And
no, man, this shit's going off the rails, man. I mean, really going off the rails. So I hope. Well, I've given up hope. Okay, that I hope Trump and Bessent kind of back down and do the right thing, man, because it's just not working.
I hope they can, because you can't play bravado and people are starving. People can't afford shit. I remember another Jedi Knight called me. He living in Ohio.
Yeah.
Bitch phone and complaining. He's like, well, Trump's stupid. I said, let me correct you, son. There's no such thing as a stupid president.
No.
They make you stupid shit.
Yeah.
I said, you don't get to that level to being dumb. Two people you can never call stupid: billionaires and presidents.
Yeah. Basically. Could Kamala Harris have extended welfare benefits? Yeah, for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to end them sometime.
And at the end, because you don't have a blank check.
You don't have you out of money.
You gotta realize that when he was talking to me, this is how I know he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. When I talked about Ukraine,
yeah,
I said, well, we were there to bankrupt them. I said, look who got fucked.
Yeah,
it wasn't Russia.
No, it wasn't Russia. Well, he knew about bankrupting them, right?
Yeah,
he knew that part,
but you didn't know the whole part.
Yeah,
said, so
how come they're not bankrupt?
They're not bankrupt. Who's their tag team partner?
Which I could have told you that.
Yeah, and I said, dude, you going off of half truths and lies. Like, well, they found out there was a lie about the thing. For some people, it wasn't. Some people actually reported it happened. Some police departments reported it. Is that
what happened?
The dogs and cats thing.
Oh, in fact, there was reported, and actually citizens actually came forward talked about dogs and cats thing. That's why I heard.
Yeah. And this was in Ohio, and guess who was the senator of Ohio?
Yeah.
A guy who might be vice president now.
And the governor actually admitted that the TPS people in there work in factories under his program.
And this is the same job. And it as a black man, it pisses me off that you could have hired our own damn people for these goddamn jobs.
Or you could have. Okay, you could have. if they wanted to work them.
Immigrants can't work, but goddamn, put us to work first.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, man, let people know. Okay, if you're gonna put them in line first, let people know. Admit it and go ahead and take the blow for it instead of lying. All this lying back and forth, man, is what got people upset. Okay, if you passed it, they had time to digest it, and it either works or it doesn't. They can actually evaluate you. If you lie about it, they can't. When we start digging up all kind of stuff on this shit, man, it's like, are you kidding us?
Yeah, and it's actually scary because one, you find out how deep it went.
Mm-hmm.
You find out how much money was being thrown away, and it's like we don't even have to go to the whole nation. When you could look at a place like Baltimore, and you're just looking at shit, and hey, we need funding for these schools. Okay, so let's sit down and see what you need.
Let's go through the books and see how much money we have. Let's see what your budget is first, okay? Before we sit down and throw more money at you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with the money that you're already getting?
Yeah, because that's one of the big things of education that they're trying to stop.
Yeah. If you went to the people, okay, went to Congress, went to the people and said we could actually end the crime in Baltimore by giving 40,000 boys and young men jobs, okay, in training programs, people will actually sign on for that.
Yeah,
they probably say, yeah, that's probably a good way to spend money rather than spending, $50 billion on Gaza.
Yeah,
you spent $50 billion on Gaza. You could have funded all these programs. Okay,
you could have had your million engineers in 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
If you would have actually concentrated the money where it needed to go.
You know how much money, how much money that Baltimore could save just by getting these boys off the street and giving them jobs?
You would literally change the infrastructure of Baltimore damn near overnight.
Yeah.
You would have a tax base again. One of the biggest issues of Baltimore, you don't have a tax base because either everybody's too crapped out or they can't afford to live here.
You can't live here, or they don't feel safe. Okay,
they don't feel safe. And then one of the biggest crime, crime factors is that what happens when you don't have skills? When you get arrested, you get a felony or misdemeanor. Some misdemeanors are worse than others. And now you have this, shout out to Gigi, this laborious task of trying to find employment, but you have no skill. The only thing you have seen in the correctional institutions is how to become a better criminal.
Yeah, that's true.
And you don't even have people finishing college and trades anymore coming out of that shit. Or you could start the programs before they ever get there in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, Mississippi, was it Mississippi? I think it was Mississippi. Went from 49th to 3rd in reading, okay, in a decade. 49 to 3rd by changing the way they do things, okay? It can be done. By getting rid of that Common Core shit, they went from 49th to 3rd.
Yeah. And it takes effort.
Yeah.
Goddamn effort. And
really, I didn't mean to break up your debate though, man. I apologize for that.
Oh no, that's cool because he wasn't gonna win anyway. It was you pretty much made it interesting because it got old real quick because it's like, dude, you don't know what the hell you're saying.
That's why I asked him. He didn't want to answer the questions because he didn't know. Let me look it up. I mean, you don't know. You're arguing something that you don't know about.
And that's what I'm telling him. I said, dude, you're gonna keep on because he sends me all these little things about Trump all the time.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, you want to come up and debate? I got time. Fuck it. I said, this is just as bad. And by the way, you have to say this while you up here.
What?
Was I ever wrong about black men being the garbage men of the day?
You know what, motherfucker? Guess what? I hate you.
Like, God Yeah, but she always right.
Oh God! Every time it comes up, okay. Every time it comes up, you know goddamn well that now I don't hate the girl, but thing is I don't have any special love for Curry. But
Oh,
she's an 8. Okay,
she's
come
an
on
eight.
now.
She's a natural 8. Like
She's a natural 8.
I had to do a, shorty called, so I had to cut my string short, talk to her to sleep.
How's Shorty doing?
She doing all right.
Which
Yeah.
one? Which Shorty? I
Oh,
gotta ask.
the one
Which?
in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. All right.
And she was upset with me at first because I think I told you about the kid, about her son getting bullied, and I said, "Hell, sit him up here for 2 weeks and learn to fight."
And train him, yeah.
I said, "Put him in my house for 2 weeks."
Yeah, and have him go, have him go a few rounds with Peanut.
Peanut. I
Yeah.
said, "Hell," I said, "Peanut's not gonna hurt him. Peanut actually enjoy it because he get to teach him.
Yeah.
He be actually because he's still kind of young. He's actually like." Well, he knows how to be a big brother because his little brothers, but he'll actually take him on and be like, "Come on, let me show you a few things. Go running with
Yeah.
build his confidence." I said, "Go with the other Padawans who wrestle."
Yeah.
I said, "Trust me." And she's like, "Are you questioning?" I said, "No, I'm telling you." And then she actually apologized because she was like, "Now I get what you're saying," because she's like noticing certain things. I said, "You got a son who's about to be 18. Come on now."
Oh, why is he getting bullied and he's 18?
Well, no, the 10-year-old. The
Oh,
10-year-old.
10-year-old. Okay, yeah.
The
Oh,
18. The 18 cool.
you know what? My grandson, okay, in school, right? Okay, because they actually learned how to box. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
somebody tried to bully him. He's around and slid the kid block the blow and hit him across the face. Okay,
Yeah.
people
Bullying.
started laughing. That stopped everything. Nobody fucked with him.
Bullying over.
Bullying over. Okay.
I'm
And
just,
they tried to call him to the office. I said, okay, what happened? Somebody tried to hit him and picked on him, and he hit back. Okay, send him home. No problem.
I keep telling people, man. I said, look, bullying is something that can be cured very carefully
Yeah.
and very smoothly if you know how to teach them. I said the reason why, and I like her too because I gave her a workout program and she actually stuck with it for this is the 5th or 6th week she stuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed. But then again, I guess because she's former service too, so
She's former service. How come she don't put him in a program? She knows better.
yeah. But,
Okay, you know what it is. She don't want the kid to learn how to fight because she wants to have dominance over the kid. That's what normally happens.
yeah. Or it's either that or she still looks at him as the baby.
No, she don't. Okay, I know what it is because I've had this discussion before because they're afraid of this kid will learn how to fight. Learns how to fight. I can't hit him anymore. I can't punish him anymore.
Yeah, and I told her, I said, you don't want him to grow up and have a condition because you don't want no Columbine shooter, no.
Yeah.
Well, he's such a gentle giant. I said, yeah, you never
And
change.
he's a big kid too. On top of that,
Mm-hmm.
it won't take that long.
So it won't take that long. And once he makes the example, people will fuck around and stop it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, you want to that first punch? Oh shit. Oh, he's not the one to mess with. Let's go pick on somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
Happened for my son. Hell, happened to me.
mm-hmm.
My father was laughing his ass off. Like I said, I got my ass whipped to 2nd grade, but I broke the kid's nose.
Mm-hmm. Did he come back for more?
Nope.
Okay.
Left me the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
Mission accomplished. My mission
My bully. I couldn't, didn't know how to fight, but guess what? That chair did.
Yeah. James Brown said it best. I don't know karate, but I know.
But I know crazy. Yeah, he almost got. She had to snatch 3 chairs from me.
Yeah.
That's what he didn't do.
I ain't coming back.
I ain't coming back. That nigga crazy.
Lord help me, Jesus. And it's one of those things where, when we don't teach our sons how to be defensive, sometimes the offense or defense, and teach them the difference. Like Jordan Peterson said it best, a man should train to be a monster, but the beautiful thing about it is to control it.
Mm-hmm.
When you rob them of that, it's debilitating.
Yeah.
It's debilitating.
Yeah. I mean, I can control a bully, but I can't control the other bully. Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to control the beast in you because
Hmm.
you become highly aggressive. Nobody's going to be around you.
Yeah.
And I don't want that for her son because, you know, it's it's um it's hard. It's hard because if you don't have that what's up, Aaron Collins? Good to see you, man. It's hard for a lot of kids that way because, you know, in the black community we
Yeah.
have bastardization of masculinity as it is.
Yeah.
And when you're, and I'm not saying she's a single mom because the dad, which I question I don't know how the dad does it, so I'm not going to speak ill of him.
Yeah.
But
What will she allow him to do?
well, he has the kid 6 months out of the year.
Okay.
He has the kid 6 months, and whoever's the other parent, they're the weekend parent. So
Okay.
I'm like I said to her, I said, look, I think that you know, you should put him in some classes
Hmm.
and see how he goes from there. You know, just that's my opinion. She was offended at first, but I said, hey, you
Yeah.
need to you need to get. She was like, till she kicked in her mind, she was like, oh, you're trying to help. Oh, duh.
Duh. Oh boy.
I said, you got to remember that you know, it took everybody a while to fight back unless you're just an aggressive creature. And most of the time, if you're naturally that way, something's not right in your life. Uh, but you know, that's what Sha'Carri Richardson's up for.
Mm.
I'm 5 foot something, and I could kick your 6 foot ass.
It's easier for me to actually control my kid for being aggressive than him being bullied.
Yeah, yeah. And let me see, late night. They said late night and early morning debates. What's up, gentlemen? What's up, Sir Hill?
Yeah. I was just curious. I just came up because he was so wrong. So,
Yeah,
how much
it was.
wrong can you be?
As you can see, it was getting bad. You saved him.
Mhm.
I appreciate you. Not all heroes wear capes because
Oh, okay. I thought I was making it
it was
worse.
getting bad because it was like you made it more interesting because everything he was saying to me was just emotional as fuck, and it was like, dude, stop it, please.
They're going to take away your voting rights. How?
I said,
Gerrymandering. How does that take away your right to vote by gerrymandering? I don't get it. Explain it to me.
and it's like I told him before. I said, dude, let's look at this very carefully. When you see your rights to vote, what you're trying to do is say you want everything in your favor. I said, why don't you just move somewhere where the people vote the same way you do? That way you get your representatives. He says, why is it that most black artists want to be activists? Well, it's because of that creativity mind, especially since he's a comic book artist. You know, it's the I want to save the world one person at a time mentality. And unfortunately, the world does not work the way you want to all the time. And
Hmm.
like I try to tell him, I said, was I upset that Biden lost? I said, well, if Biden was going to steer the ship back the way it was, we
Yeah.
should get what we need.
Yeah.
But if we're not going to get that, then what the fuck? If we're going to get the massive amount of fucking up that we got before, why even vote them in? But
Yeah.
that's the main thing people never want to speak of.
Yeah.
It's the fact of the matter that if I was in the same predicament as anyone else, I wouldn't have got. I would have been like, "Oh shit! If we don't fix this, I'm gonna be out of a job." Um, it's actually pitiful what happened and what went on during those days. And I mean, you literally had a blueprint of getting back on, like you said about Biden. His first year, he was doing all right. 2 to 4,
Hmm.
oh boy, you just shit in the bed, kid. And
Hmm.
my lieutenant, when I was a sergeant, we would sit in his office talking about this for about an hour or two. And he even brought to my attention when they actually the Secret Service and the FBI actually investigated. They said he was so bad off, he was forgetting that he was the president, and still thought he was the vice president at times.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, this is the guy you said was going to do? Like, get the fuck out of here. So, a lot of times you look at this and you like, we need to fix things. And I mean, right now, I think, do you think the tariffs are going to be, is it a right direction or a hard turn?
I don't know, is because it takes a while for this stuff to actually filter out. When you get the tariffs in versus what goes out and what's going to do to your economy, no, it takes like 18 months.
Yeah,
It's hard to say.
And that's what
I don't like where it's going personally, but the thing is, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling one of the Jedi Knights, the one who wrestled. He's in Iowa. He
Mhm.
says, "Well, gas was horrible." I said, "Dude, number one, don't tell me about your feelings. Tell me about the facts. In Iowa, you're under the national average for gas.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaper gas than the majority of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you go to wrestling show to wrestling show, interstates between 2 or 3 states.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so expensive for you. Now, in Maryland, when I got my new truck, guess what? I can put my older truck, I couldn't put regular gas in it. I had to put premium.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I have a newer truck, I can put regular. So I don't get hit as hard as I used to.
Okay. The thing is that if you actually track the price of fuel, it's actually gone down. The price of fuel, a barrel of oil when I was in 2008 was peaked out at $141 a barrel. Okay. Okay. Now it's I think it was down to 59. So you're not getting hit by gas hikes. Okay. Gas is not the problem.
Yeah. So that's what I try to tell him. I said, the reason why you're getting out of gas, I said, dude, it's because you're traveling so goddamn much.
Yeah. But people go by emotion. They'll actually look and see.
And that's my biggest fate. It's like, I said, if you want to debate, at one, I guess I know how you feel, because I got 2 graduates of being Jedi Knights. One actually wants to debate politics. The other, he wants to debate religion. And I said, dude, we're gonna start this conversation off. Number one, it's all subjective. Remember that. Number two, don't take it personal. Number three, it's all subjective. So when we look at this, we got to realize you got to take your emotions out of it. Like, I could use the Bible as a historical book. I said, not really.
Not really.
So not really. I said, it's a parable. It's a book of parables. Some things were not meant to be taken literally. They were foreshadowing, because you had to explain to people things. It's like I said, think about it. If you read the Torah about Samson, it read like Dragon Ball Z or a comic book. He had 7, which 7 is the number of holiness, of perfection. And he had 7 locks. And they would rise up like a goddamn Super Saiyan, because the Spirit of the Lord manifested them. And by the way, you're going to laugh at this one. When he tried to debate me about Samson, and I said, was Samson's strength natural or was it supernatural? Well, it was. I said, what does that mean? I said, dude, was it naturally his strength or was it given to him? Well, I said, do you believe in demon possession? Yeah, that happens. I said, so do you think it could work the other way for an angel or God? So he's like, well, so what's his manifestation mean? I said, if you don't know what that means, then we can't be intellectual about the conversation there. So you gotta go read your book. So I guess I'm making him read it more and more, because now he's always going back to question what I said and try to get that aha moment. Said you gotta go read it for yourself, kid.
Gotta read your book. Yeah, you're supposed to be reading your book.
I said, don't ask for me for the answers. I should be asking you.
And you have a thing they call YouTube that talks about these things.
Oh no, you talk about the shit where we do pranks and talk about and you know the
Mm-hmm.
goddess and queens and all
Mm-hmm.
that shit. No, not we could actually learn from this shit too.
And you have to learn from YouTube. Yes.
Shit. That's not supposed to be true.
They've been arguing this stuff for what a couple thousand years. It's out there somewhere. Look it up. See what other people think.
Like you telling me that I could actually do something else instead of
Yeah.
looking at back female fuckery, and I can actually learn a
Mhm.
thing or two from this system.
Yeah, and Samson's just a representation of what? Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules.
Yeah.
Modern. Who would be modern day Samson?
Mm-hmm.
Superman. That was
Yes. Yeah. Basically.
basically, like I said, we just tell our stories and we change the names.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was. Hey, we always had heroes and supernatural beings.
I'm sure 2,000 years from now they'll be looking for the planet Krypton.
Matter of fact, shit, they got this on yet because I'm trying to grow. Like, hey, give me that CRISPR. Like, it's about to be my 5,000th birthday. Shit. Nigga, you age? Told you black don't crack. Now we proved it.
Now we proved it. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. They do have something that you clip your telomeres, but things they don't want to release that.
no, that's not while you don't have a planet that can suit for all that life. It's unless you and it's funny because if you terraform the goddamn Sahara Desert, you can actually feed everybody on the planet. But
You can feed everybody on the planet now. Most food goes to waste.
yeah, you could do it now.
All you need is roads going into the sub-Saharan Africa. You got plenty of food.
Yeah, and it always amazes me how we could have been in Africa and developed them so graciously, but we just refuse to do it out of just racism and hate.
Yeah. Well, white people have to be on top. That's the whole reason that they're still fighting in Ukraine. The war should have been over. After about 6 months, it should have been over, but it's not. They're killing all these people and wasting all this money for what? Still trying to waste money. Still trying to come up with another $200 billion to actually throw into Ukraine to a losing cause. You're not going to beat them. You're not going to break Russia. Russia's got plenty of. Russia has more money now than they did then.
Yeah.
You actually helped them with a war economy.
You actually put people back to work.
You did.
So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, so that's why I was listening to the guy. That's why I didn't. I said, somebody dropped the link. Let me go up here and ask and see if I can jump in, because I might not be able to, because it seemed like it was actually one-on-one, but he's actually give out so many wrong answers. I said, come on, man.
And that's the reason why I got kind of boring from you, because it's like, I thought you were gonna be better than this, dude. It's bring back Cynthia G or something. God damn.
Yeah, she was better. She stuck to her lane.
Yeah, and it's bad because he was asking, "Yeah, I'll debate you." I do. Said, you really think that I'm stupid when you're throwing out quotes to me like, I'm a lot. Believe it or not, BGS, I'm a lot smarter than I look.
Oh, the thing is, we have debated this stuff for 10 years. We all know this stuff, okay?
Hell is revolutionary to us. This is old shit.
This is old shit, okay?
Like, remember? Hey, tell your friend VHS.
Somebody asked about that. They said, "How's your evil twin VHS?" I said, "Man, I fell out my chair." That is the funniest thing I've ever heard, man. I fell out my chair when you actually said that. Said, "Damn, VHS." I said, "I've heard it all." Okay.
At least she tried.
But that's respect, man. She tried. Okay.
She tried because she was kind of bragging on us because when she was in the house with us, we were talking about Roe v. Wade 5 years before they struck it down.
Right.
And she was in her law class, and she was like, "Yeah, my ex-boyfriend and his friend VHS were talking." They were like, I was like, wow, like really. I was like, really, y'all really know your stuff? And she was like bragging on us, so she was so happy. I didn't even correct her. I just
That's the cutest thing I ever heard, man. You know, I fell out laughing. VHS. What you and VHS?
Oh man,
Oh boy,
he was like,
people will not let that one die. How's VHS doing? Your evil
yeah,
twin.
because it's too classic. And she was actually surprised. She was like, I knew you guys were smart, but wow, that really impressed me with that one because man, and
Uh,
my teacher, even the teacher, she said she stopped. The teacher stopped teaching. The professor stopped teaching the class and started listening. Like, wow, who are these guys? And the teacher was like, "Yeah, I used to date. Yeah, that was my ex-boyfriend."
mhm.
She kind of joked with her in a way that says, "Yeah, you should get back with him." Like, kind of like I said, "Hey,
Oh boy,
uh,
was it Butch and Sundance? Okay,
oh yeah, but
okay. Who are these guys? Who are those guys?
sorry, guys, like shit." Like, I mean, hey, we get it. Like, I tell people, I said, hey, you never know what you learn. Like, even when like, guess who started the channel now too? Angry Black Man, and he started this channel. Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to my fellow Baltimorean. So,
Somebody said that Obsidian and Angry Man had a summit, man. Had a
oh yeah,
collab. Yeah.
yeah, they had a collab. I was watching it.
Okay.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
And
It seemed like they calmed down, man. They're not as angry as they used to be. It's
nah,
about it used to be
okay,
the manosphere ain't shit and it's gonna die. And they said, wow, we actually did that. Okay.
yeah.
We actually made a difference. They're actually shocked.
And people are shocked. And I said, just little by little, everybody put their little bricks up.
The shekels in, yeah.
And it's funny because I've noticed this because this happened to me. Actually, Sunday is enough, so I still use yesterday, Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a guy who I used to like my first 3 to 5 years of law enforcement with the city.
Mm-hmm.
I had to chase him up and down streets and alleys.
Okay.
It was a, typical tragic mulatto. He was like,
Okay.
"You recognize me?" I said, "I recognize you." I said, "Huh?" And I looked at him and I said, "Hey, fatherhood calmed you down, didn't it, son?" He was like, "Yeah, I couldn't be in that part of the." He said, "I couldn't be with that one, man." Like I had. He was like, he looked at me and was like, "You were right, man. That lifestyle wasn't for me." I said,
Yeah.
"No, what's your sister doing?" Oh, she got married.
Gotta grow up.
She ain't messing with Blake anymore. Oh, she left him alone.
Blake, a boyfriend.
Yeah, like the old boyfriend.
Oh.
Well, he had Fed time because
Oh shit. Damn. Okay.
he tried to. That was the guy when I told you when my partner had him in a front headlock and he was trying to fight my partner,
Mm-hmm.
and he ran from us because he put his hands on a female officer. And
Oh shit. Okay.
and that was after he was already wanted for domestic violence.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
that was the one who I just beat the fuck out of.
Okay.
No, put your hands on females. But that's a big no. And what was funny about it was he was like, "Yo, you were so right when you try to talk to us." Now it's like I see his little pretty little daughter, and she was cute, little girl. And I said, "Hey," said one thing about masculinity and growing up as a man. I said, "You don't become a fully realized man till you got to play be your father a lot of times."
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, in this my day and age, man, fighting police and trying to run is almost futile because cameras and all that kind of shit. They're going to find you.
They're gonna find you.
They're going to find you. So what's the use of running?
Yeah, and a lot of these states' attorneys they will throw a hammer on you.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, "Hey," I said, "one thing I learned being a father, you'll work a job because you know what? You don't feel like you want to work. Daddy, I'm hungry. Yep, got to get up to work. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that will get you up and work. That's for sure.
That will get you up." And he's like, "Right." And then there was another reunion from one of the ladies. She's a sergeant. She was with Ivan Bates she was in charge of the executive protection for Ivan, the state's attorney's detail. Now she's with the police commissioner's detail.
Mm-hmm.
And she was doing fine. She's 44, single, still looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Try to put her on my boy, women and their picky asses. Oh, how about a guy who's 6 foot? Hey, you're 6 foot. I said, "You're already 6 foot, chick." I said, "Okay." I said, "I got my boy, also Balboa. He used to work with me in the city. Now
Okay.
So shout out to him and happy belated because he just had his 40th birthday. Still looks like a baby face.
Mm-hmm.
He just had his birthday. I said he's 6'2", 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
He's unmarried. He's owns a home and a husky. And
Mm-hmm.
he worked from Baltimore City, Baltimore County. Now he worked at the Capitol Police.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, how long has he been working for the Capitol Police? He was showing me exclusive videos from January 6th.
Okay. So
That's where I was getting my information live.
Okay.
So when people say I don't know what was going on, nigga, I know more than what y'all know.
Oh, yeah, because you got contacts. That's why I talk to you. Okay.
Yeah.
You got so Charles, what's going on? You got contacts. I know you do.
The funniest thing was like, let me make a few calls.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you got contacts. That's why I asked you.
It's just like when all that shit was kicking off,
Mm-hmm.
and when they were the bases and shit, I said, "Up, Stan Dog."
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is think of his name, and he'll call me.
I know. See, I got money for you, Charles. Come on now.
Once he crossed the stage, we going.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because I actually put him on with this dude, and if he's police at the Capitol, he's making
Okay.
6 figures, and like a typical black woman, she's gonna drop the ball over there.
Okay. Because she's lying about what she really wants.
Yes.
What do you really want, baby? Don't lie to me. What do you really want?
I said 2 things. Just tell me you're really gay, or you just don't want to be in a relationship.
Is she like a certain kind of guy? Admit that she's like a certain kind of guy.
Yeah.
Because it's embarrassing.
And that's why I said, I got the perfect guy you said you wanted, but like that.
No. What do you? No, I asked him, what do you really want? Okay. I always ask him this question. Okay. Who's the one? No matter what he is, what he did, who's the one?
Mm-hmm.
And if they look in their eyes, they tell you who's the one is. Okay.
Don't tell me about the look in the eyes, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina came up there. She's like, "You better not give that dick to nobody else."
You should know Charles better than that. Everybody gonna get some of this dick. Okay. You know better than that.
I looked at her in her eyes, and she was like, her eyes was rolling back in the back of her head.
Yeah. So as soon as he get down the street, somebody else is gonna have that dick.
Like she's like, she's like, "Don't make me come back up here." And I said,
"Well, you better come up here with your legs open, okay?"
And she did.
Huh? And she did.
She did. Like she was like, before you go, and she left that Sunday, and I had to go to work. She's like, "Care before you go to work, Care, take this.
Take this. Yeah, take this with you." Yeah.
And, it was so fucked up. I look like goddamn. I look like that super. I look like not Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. I look like fucking. I look like Gun
Man.
Superman. I look like Gun Superman. All beat the fuck up and shit. Crypto doing a crip walk all over my ass. I'm at work, dehydrated and drained. Like, what's wrong?
She drained you, huh?
I said I can't. Well, it took. Well, shit. She had the funniest thing about sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Biologically, they did a study years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Men have to refrain from sex
when
they're doing athletic endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
They found out women are the complete opposite.
That is true.
Better.
Where's the energy actually transferred from you to her?
Yeah, like they say, may the power return.
Basically, sperm carry a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. And it was like, as soon as she gets up, she was half asleep when we began. As soon as we finished, I'm like, but you barely slept, and you have a 5. No, I didn't sleep at all. She was like, wow, I'm so energetic right now. I was like, you bitch. You stole my energy.
Yeah, she did. This vampire just suck it all out. Okay.
Oh my god! Like, god damn, I'm going to work and I'm looking like Ashy Larry and dry.
Yeah. Unless you get that real big orgasm, that's where she blows off energy.
Oh yeah, I was trying for that. I was like, I ain't gonna be the only one, but goddamn, like shit, she got one, but then I don't know what the hell was it. It was like,
she needed it. So,
like, she made that drive happily. She said, I could. She was like, I was thinking about you the whole time. I was like,
no, I bet she was. She said,
Motherfucker.
"I wish I'd have stayed for round 2."
That was actually round 10. Shit. Hey. You live hours away. I'm gonna get my fill. Fuck all that. Shit. Oh man.
All right, Charles.
All right, man.
Chaz.
What's the topic for tomorrow?
We're actually gonna do the rating thing. They won't leave it alone.
I need to do a soundbite for you for that one. Black men are the
Garbage men of the dating world, and they are.
And that proved it when they were like, I was so flabbergasted when they called that. I said, I don't care what you feel about a chick. She's not, and this is the thing. Black men need to stop adding shit in the body. But look at her body separate.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the quintessential face, it's an oval.
Yes.
Okay? You gotta have symmetry with the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
symmetry with the nose,
Mhm.
symmetry with the lips.
Yeah.
You look. First of all, she has like what, green or hazel, like a green.
Yeah,
hazel
you got hazel eyes. Yeah.
So with a little green in it, so it's
Yeah.
the starburst,
Mm-hmm.
which makes her exotic.
Yes.
She looks fucking exotic. She's racially ambiguous, basically.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Her
With-
and Steph are racially ambiguous.
Yeah, Steph got nappy ass hair. Okay.
Yeah.
You tell that he's black. He got that nappy ass hair. Okay.
He got the straight out the slave pen.
That's he's slave plantation. Okay. He got Malcolm X hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Her, you like what the fuck?
You don't know what because I thought she was Asian when I first saw her, but yeah, she's racially ambiguous.
Yeah, she's black, but
yeah,
well, her mother is what?
Her mother's black. The thing they've been bred that way. Okay.
Yeah, they're like that's what like people don't understand. When you go down south, that's what they call that's the bourgeois, the boule look.
Yeah, that is a boule look. It is.
That's the boule look for all you young people. Like Sir Him said, Steph Fro will stop a bullet. Yeah, well.
You ain't lying. and clean a pan after it. Okay.
God damn, that motherfucker.
Steph has Negro hair. Okay,
that's for straight nigga hair, boy.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for the hair, you could say, okay, he could be ambiguous, but with that hair, hell no.
Oh, that's nigga straight
nigga hair, like, Negroid. Okay, like 4C. Okay,
God, that motherfucker hair so strong he could chip a sword. God damn. See, like what the fuck? That shit Teflon.
Yep. He grow that fro. It's a fro, okay?
That's the fro, boy.
That's the fro.
That chicken, all the black powers and shit.
He take up all the moisturizer.
He prayed all the chicken. God damn. I'm just looking at when you call her. If you look at her face in her prime, or whenever she loses the weight, yeah, I know it's getting harder because she's getting older, but when she was in her prime, when she did the magazines, you can tell she's not a regular woman. And this is what I tell people. These are my criterias of being 8, 9, or 10. Like my partner, I showed you the dark skin one. She's an 8. That's
somebody said Steph is black as hell.
Black as hell. Steph is black as hell. Yeah,
he might be a light skin with green eyes, and red hair, but he's a redhead stepchild.
He's a redhead stepchild. Like you look like your granddad, boy.
Ooh, God damn. That's some bad
hair. I bet you Combs fear that motherfucker.
Oh shit.
That motherfucker, all the teeth are gone. It looked like an old drunk. All the teeth are gone out that motherfucker. I'm looking at her pictures and one of my freshly graduated Jedi Knights, and she don't look all that good. I said, dude, you couldn't pull her. I said, take her name. Take away her name. Take away that you know her. See her walking down the street. She would stop traffic.
She would stop traffic, yeah.
That's my criteria for a bad bitch.
Yeah.
This is how you know you're an 8, 9, or 10. Somebody asked me my criteria. I was looking at my, the rookie, the one I showed you the picture of.
Yeah.
And she's a sergeant now. She just had a baby. Oh. And she dark skinned, fine as fuck. Mm-hmm. She does personal training on the side because she has a degree in kinesiology. Mm-hmm. Shout out to having a degree that actually matters and it's actually falls within STEM. Mm-hmm. she was, changing her workout gear,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm laughing my ass off because I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
She walks out,
Mm-hmm.
changed in her gear. She got the sports bra and the tights
Mm-hmm.
and the tennis because, I'm an athlete. You're used to it. You see
Mm-hmm.
beautiful women all the time. You see women wear this shit. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to bother you like the average man. It's not going to shock you.
Mm-hmm.
So she walks out,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a little circle for the upper part of the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can see everybody stop moving, whether they're driving or not.
Mm-hmm.
Time literally froze. The
Mm-hmm.
women and the men were looking at her,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm laughing my ass off. And she's like, "What's wrong? I'll text you. I'll text
Yeah,
you."
yeah. She was unaware.
She's so unaware because she's an athlete. She's a track star.
Mm-hmm.
She was a
Oh,
track in
and
college.
she got track booties on top of that.
A track, but god damn that booty.
Yeah, yeah,
If you saw her mother, who's
and tights too.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
saw her mother,
Mm-hmm.
she literally get it from her mother. Her mother's
Mm-hmm.
light skin with like green eyes. She's like her mother, but
Dark.
the
Yeah.
dark skinned
Yeah.
version. Because
Yeah.
if you see her daddy blacker than oil. So yeah, I was like, oh, your mom got a type, huh? That's why. But her mom's built like that too. And she got a track booty, and she was like, I just looked at my homeboy, shout out to him, I'm not gonna mention names.
Mm-hmm.
He used to hit that a lot. I just said, how did it look bent over? He's like, it looked like the smile of God. Oh God! But when I tell him, I said an eight or above can stop traffic.
You can stop traffic. Yeah.
When it was very hard walking with her,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes because uniforms are supposed to dumb you down and make you in sync.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that face, my God, it was like sometimes it's hard for me to look at her and talk to her. Like, shit, why the
Mm-hmm.
fuck? I even said one time, why the fuck aren't you modeling? He's like, I still do. There you go. And
Mm-hmm.
so they can stop traffic. No 8, 9, or 10 is ever going to pay for their way in the club. They're going to be ushered into VIP quick.
Mm-hmm. They bring the guys in. Yeah.
They bring the guys. I said, so when you call a girl like, and I tell people, we drool over Megan Good now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all forget how she was 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all forgot Players Club, Lisa Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Like you couldn't put prom Lisa Ray in fucking what was that show with Issa Rae? That she used to do the
now you got me blinking. Okay.
hey, God damn it.
Now you made me blink.
Hey, that's a first for the master teacher.
No, I do it. I'm old. I do that all the time.
Thinking that you couldn't put
Insecure.
You couldn't put her in prom Megan Good. You could not put prom Vanessa Williams in that show. She would outclass them with Fastly.
No.
You ask what she would outclass them. And
Oh,
you would see the dramatic. It's a dramatic. And Issa Rae is what, a 5?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Depends. Some people will give her 5. Some people actually give her a 6. She's in between that. So
she's in between. She's a 5.5.
It's 5.5. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
I'll just tell her to keep her shoes off. Like the only bad part.
She got big ass feet.
Only bad part. I don't want her. If she spends the night over my house, I'm gonna be mad because I'm putting on her.
She has size a male size 12 feet. Male size 12 feet.
I was joking, but she does wear my shoe size. God,
she does. Yeah.
I'll be looking at it like, how the fuck you find heels in that? Like, what do you go to a transvestite store?
Yeah, she probably does.
I'm like before, like I'm looking at your feet. I gotta check. Like you don't got a penis. I know somebody hit her with that joke once.
I'm sure they did because and she's only like 5'8" or something like that. So
that is very
size 12 feet. Yeah.
And she's not she's very striking. And it's like, That's striking, but I'm interested in this show. Please, if there's any way that I can be on that panel, I just gotta get. I just must. I just gotta say my line and be like, you niggas, you Steph Cole drooling over niggas got a nerve to call this
I
panel.
was stunned when they were drooling over Steph Curry, man. I really was stunned.
I told you, you niggas got no standards. You got no fucking.
And they said the Bailey sisters look better than her. I said, "Are you kidding me?
The Bailey sisters are
They're sixes."
like even my ex who called you VHS. She's
Mm-hmm.
a six and her best.
Mm-hmm.
She's cute.
Yeah,
looks
she's cute.
great.
Yeah, she's cute. Yeah.
And it's like you're cute. You're gonna catch my eye. Be like, oh, you're cute. And like, you have other features besides that ridiculous rack that you still got.
That's probably why you got her. But anyway, beside the point.
And it's like you gotta look at things, and it's like, well, and I'm driving my niece to look at other cars, and she says, and we were listening to it, and she was laughing, but she's like, he's talking about you. Just the way you said, Officer Charles. I see why Officer Charles said you got no goddamn standards. He was laughing at her, and she was like, what would you rank me? About a 6 to 7. She was like, wow, you have a symmetrical face and you have exotic eyes. So she's late as hell. So
Okay.
and our great niece was in the back, with her 2-year-old ass talking better now. She has seasonal allergies, so she was not fun to be with. So we were looking at the car, got her little, and then when she got home, then my great niece became my best friend again. She was like, Kiss. I was like, all right, girl, come on.
Okay. She had a nap and some food, so she's fine. Yeah.
She loves Anita Baker. That shit put her to sleep for a minute.
Good.
So I'm looking forward to this. Like I'll start. G said most men have a meditation mindset. I'm gonna tell you what. Out of all black men that have no standards, it's the deep South black men that I just shake my head at.
Okay.
Even though they tend to like their women bigger. I'm like, I get it. I'm not saying I like the super skinny women. I like a woman with a little, ping ping pow. But at the same time, the ass can't be too ginormous big because
but they still want a cute face, a pretty face. Yeah.
Yeah, but the face gotta be cute. Something.
Yeah. And but the thing is, they have the ping pow. Their face is fat.
Yeah, and if you're looking at, and I'm saying like if you said she's a 6. What the fuck you give Steph go to?
They want to push Steph Curry down to a 3 or a 2. So you know what 2s actually look like?
Then once you go to 3,
yeah,
it's almost deformity.
Yeah, like Gabby Sidibe is a 3. Okay,
well, she's a 3. Her face is swollen.
Oh well, yeah, she's swollen. So yeah,
that's why she looks like a grape.
Yeah, or what's her name? Is a 3. What's her name? That came up with
Tawana Burke.
Tawana Burke. Yeah, she's a 3.
That's a 2. God damn.
No, she's a 3.
Well,
she's a 3.
Yeah, but those
2s are deformed. Yeah.
Well, those bumps in her face. Good God.
Yeah. But she's a 3. But
she had to be rich to marry a nigga. God damn.
2s are deformed, and 1s don't even come outside because they're disfigured.
A 1, you looking like Quasimodo. Like what the fuck?
Quasimodo on a good day.
Yeah.
Most people, women that are 1s are disfigured.
Yeah, they're wearing veils.
They're wearing veils. Yeah, they are. I've seen women with veils. Oh shit, they lift them. I've seen chicks that were like 2s. Okay. But she had a body on her. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's why they call her Butterface.
Ooh, good Lord.
Usually the worst part is like, I remember my female coworker. She's like, being around you is like being around a combination of my brothers and my dad. He said it's but because you love old school music, you're around with my dad. But some of the shit that comes out of your mouth for some of the bluntness.
You're Aries, yeah.
Yeah, the Aries. She's like, and she says, well, the attractive thing about you, and she always says this, the sad part about you and the Apple employees, you can actually get women. There's like only 3 guys in here out of 30 Apple employee males who look like they can't get women. She's like, dude. She's like, I've seen women gawk at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny as hell to me. And I'm like, yeah, it is funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, but she's like, would you sleep with her? I said, look, okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. She may be a lesbian, but but guess what? Stud stands for still titties under them shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, if I sleep with her, she gonna be looking for me in the daylight with a flashlight and a candlestick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
She
gonna be
want
bad.
to. She want to go back. Okay.
Take me back. I said, that's why I know certain women don't.
You know, they say, put me on the schedule.
That has happened a couple of times.
I'm still gay, but I need a scheduled day with you. At least a couple times a month.
Shoot, doesn't wait till you have a pregnancy scare for the stud.
Ooh, don't even. I don't even want to think about that.
I've had that.
And she ready to cuss you out too. God damn it.
And she was what? 2 months.
Ooh, oh wow, okay.
I need a Patreon.
Ooh, you know, yeah, you do.
And her girlfriend found out.
Ooh.
Her mother was a captain in corrections, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
And her mother lost all hope for grandchildren from her.
Mm-hmm.
When she found out she was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
she was elated. But her
Yeah.
mother couldn't stand me because she thought I was the one that he told her to abort it.
No.
I have no choice in it. That's her decision. Her body is choice, nigga. Y'all voted for that shit.
She can't be a stud walking around with a baby.
There's gonna be some questions. You're not one of us. And her girlfriend.
No. There's a lot of studs walking around with kids.
Oh yeah, there's some.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, "How you a stud? Oh, you dip and dabbing, huh?
Uh-huh.
You ain't rich enough for a vitro, huh?"
There's a lot of studs that actually want kids. Believe it or not.
Look, they know how to get them.
That's a new thing with on TikTok, man. Trying to get dudes to get them pregnant.
Yep. And it'd be like this, like they low key get there. Like I was like, shoot, I'm gonna charge you for my seed and put this in there. No child support in this contract. And be like, look. I'll be like, look, I make prettybabies.com.
Yeah, and you better run that by a judge too. Make sure that's enforceable.
Yeah, make it enforceable.
Because then that judge will renege on that shit, man.
Mm-hmm. I'll be like this, look. And it's sad because, the two times I've been offered more babies.
Mm-hmm.
When Peanut was first born,
mm-hmm.
every chick wanted my baby. They were like, oh my God, he is so adorable.
Mm-hmm.
You want any more?
Mm-hmm. It's the worst thing, boy. Even old women want to have your baby. Well, my daughter, ooh, my goodness. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
They want, can I have one of those? No, you cannot.
I know when she was 5.
Uh-huh.
I know when she was 5.
Uh-huh.
You knew. He just looked and said,
I knew when she was because it's funny because she had just started walking. She's like maybe she wasn't quite 2 yet, right? And actually in the playground, right? And the little white boy started touching on her cheeks and then try to grab her hand and walk away with her. So, oh no, baby, you can't walk away with my baby, okay? I wasn't mad at him. He was only like 3 years old. We got her hand, started to try to walk away with her.
He was like,
no.
He like, oh, you pretty. Yeah,
yeah, pretty, yeah. And she has that funny because she's actually born pink, okay? You ever see like a pink dress? Okay, that's the kind of pink she was. Her skin was actually pink. Wow. It wasn't peach. It was actually pink. Never seen that before in a baby. Okay.
Yep, and it is funny how chocolate she is. So it's like,
who my ex? Which one?
Your daughter.
Okay, one is chocolate, one is not. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's a chocolate one because
I know you mother's chocolate. The thing is, I got two. One is real chocolate, like a mother, and the other one's not. Okay.
Okay. So I keep forgetting you have 2.
Yeah, and she's pink, but the other one, yeah. She got pretty chocolate skin, but thing is, trying to make her keep her weight down because she likes to eat. So.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh God, that's my niece right there. Like she's like light, pretty.
Mhm.
And it's like she's like, well, I was like, this is how you know she's pretty
Mhm.
when all my because she developed early. Women
Mhm.
in my family, when they develop like a mother,
Mhm.
top
Okay.
or bottom or both.
Okay.
So imagine being with a 12, 11-year old holding your hand, and
Mhm.
I'm years older, of course. So she's still in a little girl's mind,
Mhm.
and she's developing, and she's holding your hand, sucking her thumb,
Mhm.
and she wants to hold. She wants to because her favorite thing was sucking her thumb, rubbing my ear. But
Mhm.
she was doing that since she was a baby when I was holding
Mhm.
her. And changing her.
Okay.
Some habits die. Sometimes you'll see me with my gray-haired ass and her goofy ass
Mhm.
grabbing my ear for old time's sake. This is so soothing.
Mhm.
And imagine 11, 12. You see the 15, 7. I will kill each and every one of you motherfuckers. Stop looking.
They're gonna look, man. The thing is, okay, they're supposed to look. The thing
And
is
then
that
your friends cracking jokes. Like, I'll kill you
yeah,
motherfuckers. They're like,
yeah,
she's only what? Oh, shit. Like, yeah.
yeah. She had
That's,
she was 12, having 17-year-old girlfriends, right?
yeah.
Bringing her around to actually attract boys.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know what they were doing because she brought the boys. Okay,
I was like,
she's 12. Okay, no, she can't do that. Okay.
get the fuck away from me.
Hmm.
That's why I'm glad I didn't have a daughter. I know God's vengeance, but if I have a daughter,
Yeah, there'll be some bodies in the bay somewhere.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And it's like you get it because and this is the second time I've had offers when I saw Peanut at 16, 18. And they're like, "Oh my God, he is so handsome. You want any more?"
No, Ray actually O'Shea first interviewed Kevin. Obsidian didn't, but O'Shea that was the first interview with Kevin was O'Shea.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I first met him. So he did interview him first. But the thing is, I actually gave him his mission to actually train uh, educated lames.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where his show came from,
And here,
with training men.
and it's funny because remember that time he was telling us about his family on the Google Hangouts. God damn it,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually re-upped that portion about his family during Thanksgiving.
Yep,
Yeah,
that was his black pill moment.
it sure was. It sure was.
He saw it, and by the way, that was the same show I gave him his nickname, the Godfather Style and Profile. He did.
I remember that because when Kevin first came on my show, half the guys hated him. Okay,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
understand why they just did. Okay.
because he was adverse to black um what was it not Gen Z Gen X norms.
Okay.
They're not used to neat men because in the black community an overly neat man is supposed to be gay,
Yeah.
but they don't realize that he's from the Bible Belt where they
Yeah.
still keep a lot of
Yeah.
those heartland traditions that a man is supposed to be dressed a certain way at a certain time of day.
Yeah. Because May asked me that question and said, "Was Kevin gay?" I said, no. So what was he? You asked, what a metrosexual is. She said, yeah, a guy that's real neat and clean and tidy and dresses well. That's him.
He's the kind of guy who would iron his underwear if he could.
He would. He
he,
would.
he would get the bitches dry clean.
But he is actually perfect for his mission, though. Okay.
Yeah, that's his thing. It's
That's his
like
thing.
if you see me in a suit,
Mm-hmm.
most people who haven't seen me dressed up, they be like, "Wow, you put that
Yeah.
shit on." It's
Yeah.
because my father trained me.
Yeah.
And when I look at my son and he's like when he dresses up, people be like, "Oh, you look like you got a father," and
Mm-hmm.
you don't because it's like you could tell with people when they get suits.
Mm-hmm.
Women tend to dress you like they're in the prom.
Right.
Men dress like they go into business.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can tell the difference every time I go to the suit store, the KNG or whatever suit
Mm-hmm.
store, you
Mm-hmm.
can put even the higher end places like
Mm-hmm.
I could tell, like I tell the mothers be always getting my advice to help them with their sons. I said, this is number, like, what should I do? I said, number one, you see that door? Yeah. Go out of it and go in the car and sit. They were like, why? Because you're going to interfere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I want him to be cute. Okay. Do you want him to look like his mom dressed him, though?
Mm.
No? Okay. I'm going to go sit.
That's it. Yeah.
So
I remember when I bought my grandson his first suit, right? He wanted all this fancy sequin stuff. I said, no. Okay. He said, I actually talked to the guy in the suit shop. Yes, he knew who Kevin actually was. I said, give him the proper suit,
Mm-hmm.
a black suit with the that was cut for him in the shoes. Okay.
Yep.
So much praise. Okay. People talk about how sharp he was. Said, oh, okay, this is different.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll tell you this funny story about my senior farewell.
Mhm.
You can't let your Pisces father or your Aries son go to a suit store and say, what's your colors, black and white?
Mhm.
Oh, and that's when I was really that was the start of Ergen, Charles.
Mhm.
I literally had, because our colors were black and white. And,
Mhm.
most urban kids are going to put on like a button up
Mhm.
or, a sweater or something,
Mhm.
Not the Charles L. Singer and Jinger.
Mhm.
I had the white blazer,
Mhm.
white and black vest,
Mhm.
black tie,
Mhm.
all the black and white hush puppy shoes. Oh god, I was sliding on that bitch. Oh man, you know how many teachers had to be their numbers? The younger ones, of course.
Okay.
The younger ones were had to be they like, wait a minute, you leaving the school now, so it's legal.
Mhm. It's Baltimore, gentlemen.
It's Baltimore. That's what I had hair too. I had waves. Shit.
Mhm.
Oh man, that was funny. But yeah, I think I need to start a Patreon and tell some of my real deep.
Yeah. That's what Patreon's for.
Oh god, and we actually talked about that time too. She was like, "I'm still with that girl." I said, "Why?" Because I'm stupid.
You? Oh,
Oh,
that girl.
like her, but I said, "You still with your girlfriend?" She's like, "Yeah." I said,
Oh.
"Why?" Because I'm stupid.
Mm.
Oh, I said, "How much she paying?"
That's funny.
Oh boy, let me get out of here, folks.
It is that time.
Oh, it's 5:10 in Baltimore.
Mhm.
But I'm off, so I can sleep all day. Oh Lord. Let's see how many pretty girls actually hit me back on Facebook dating. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Mm.
In case anybody listens. But anyway, thank you for being a special guest, BGS, and
Yeah, I just came up to support, man.
shout
Because
out to John.
yeah.
You know a damn thing.
See, Jesus, okay, good grief, man. At least know something.
Mhm.
You're sitting here Googling while we're talking. That means you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know shit. That's
You
the
don't know shit. Yeah.
Oh man, always pleasant. I gotta check out this fucking shit with the. I'm gonna be talking mad shit in the comment section. I know that's
So what?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
what?
be talking mad shit in the comment section.
Oh, yeah, in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Man, it never fails, man. You bring up a number. Oh, no, she's a 4. She's a 3. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
I just need the soundbite.
Yeah,
Black
but
men are the garbage men of the dating
I,
world.
I thought Stephco was a definite 4. Nobody would actually want her. Oh, all she need is a hairstyle and some makeup, and yeah, I can work with her. Really, y'all? Really?
My news ain't gonna be about black men. Give black men lipstick, and they will find a pig to put it on.
They sure will. And a pen to put it in. Okay.
And to put it in and say, she looks pretty, don't she? Oh god. Oh, till
Yeah,
next time.
yeah, Charles, bless you.
Oh man, you gotta love this new outro. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, go ahead, play it for me.